Alright then, hello everyone, my name is Caden, and welcome back to more Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel 2. Last time, we finally did it. We finally reunited all of Class 7. Elisa, Elliot, Laura, Machias, Emma, Eustace, Fee, Gaius, Milliam, I don't know why I forgot your name again, and even Instructor Sarah. All of them have returned to us. And this time, so I think we're at the end of the chapter, and a couple things to note. Well, first, mostly it's just what I did in my off time. So, at the end of last recording, I mentioned how I would use my strategy in order to get, the link levels of, Toval and Claire to level 3. And by God, I did it. It took a while, a lot of a while actually, but I did it. I finally did it. In the process, I got a lot of level ups. Some things leveled up and evolved, and some people got some new stuff out of it. Elliot has Detector or Alpha, which now also gives a debuff of Strength and ATS by 50%. What else? You have Detector Beta, but I think we got that last time. You have Rapid Thrust 2, Sweep 2, no, Speed 50%, Speed Mist 50%, Buster Arm 2. That's actually it. I for some reason thought there were a lot more moves that we got. But yeah, I got them to link level 3, which means that once this act is over with, all three of them should give me unique accessories. Apparently, if the guide is anything to be believed by. Another thing that I want to prepare for is that the guide says I'm not out of the woods yet for this act. There's apparently one more thing that's going to happen that will give me extra AP if I do a certain thing, which is get a boss that's coming up to 50% HP, because it is apparently an unwinnable fight. So I'm currently using the foot bath to try and make sure everybody's going to be ready for that. Fee, I need you to get into the foot bath right now. If only the screen would move faster. Move. I think only 6 people can be in the foot bath at a time, because I've only ever seen 6 people in the foot bath at a time. So if I don't see them in here, I'm gonna immediately jump out. Alternatively, I could just keep jumping out. Here's the thing. I think Fee would not appear on the right bar there. You see how, like, your allies appear on that right side there? Thing is, 2 extra allies can appear, obviously, because you see them. But I think it goes in order of, like, where they appear in the status screen. And Fee is, like, one of the last that appears in the status screen. So it's very unlikely that she'll ever appear in the right side there. I should have just done this on my off time, considering I kind of knew ahead of time that the guide made sure to warn me, but oh well. Oh. Come on, Fee. Come relax. Watch Fee be the only character. Never mind, she's right there. And we could actually watch her craft points go up. Good. Let's just get it to max. I could probably do other ways of maxing it out that are probably more, or like, identifiable or whatever, but I mean, come on, it's easy to do it this way. Alright, everyone's got max craft points. I don't know if we're going to be able to adjust our team whenever what's coming up. I mean, I don't even have, I took everybody's orbments off because I want to make sure I just don't have orbments on when, so that I can just swap, because I don't know who I'm going to be bringing when to what. Okay. But I think we're good. I think we're good on everything that we can do right now. Again, I got Link level 3 with both Toval and Claire, and Sharon already had it, so all 3 of those should give us unique accessories once the act's over with. Which will be, apparently they're very good accessories too. Oh. I don't exactly know what they are. All I'm told is that they can be pretty powerful. So, I can already take a guess as to what Toval's is, though. Tobal's is probably going to be the thing that he already has on. He's had this unique accessory this entire time, the quick caliber. He's probably going to give us that, I can imagine. Which, if so, I would love that. That seems invaluable, to be honest with you. Having an accessory that could half your casting time, that seems insanely powerful for any art user. So, I would say worth it doing all that farming. Plus, we won't have to farm for quite a while now. And I guess the only other thing I can mention is that I did upgrade some more slots for everybody. Everybody, minus Sharon, Claire, and Toval, all should be able to use a super rare quartz in at least one of their slots now. So, I made sure of that, and I still think I have a decent chunk. Yeah, I still have a decent chunk of a Sepith, though. Alright, enough of the preparation stuff. Sorry for boring you with that. I think we've done everything. We did the hidden quest, so yeah, let's get going. We already used our bonding points, so let's move. Still got some time left before the meeting starts. Maybe I should go get some rest? Let's get some rest. Yippee! Okie dokie. Eventually, the clock struck 12. One by one, Class 7 began to make their way to the Phoenix Wings cafeteria. And once they had all gathered, they jumped right into discussing what they were going to do from that point forward. So, now we get to figure out what we want to do.
Ah, you went up a rank.
We went to B1.
Here's a little something from the guild.
Braveheart and Invigorate.
Nice work.
Thanks, mate. And this should give us S rank? Indeed you
should
do.
Be proud of yourself.
Alright, Class 7. Now that we're all together again, it's time to figure out what do we want to do regarding the war.
I've thought long and hard about it, and I think we as a class need to find a third way.
This is probably what Olivier was intending for this whole time, for us to find this third way. He never wanted to be a part of, like, the other two sides of this war, or at least before it was a war, he never wanted to be part of one of the two sides. He wanted to have his own way.
A path of our own, separate from the ones the reformist and noble factions are taking.
The question is, what do we make it?
A third way, you say? I do agree. It wouldn't feel quite right for us to directly support either side.
True. We might be military academy students, but we're still students.
I can understand some points to both paths, but I feel like both paths just... I don't know.
Involving ourselves in a civil war isn't something we should take lightly.
Of course.
We might have a divine knight on our side, but we're still going to need to be very careful how we proceed.
Especially if we announce ourselves as a third side. We're students. Even Valimar is going to have a tough time dealing with two-thirds of a war.
Whatever we do, Valimar will certainly be at the center.
Absolutely, but I don't want to push everything on him. He's cool, but I don't want to hurt him.
No doubt. We've all seen how powerful the Divine Knights are. If we use them right, we can intervene in the war as much as we want.
Yeah.
They're quite literally beings of legend.
The problem, I think, becomes Crow and the Azure Knight.
However, his potential influence on the war is all the more reason why he will need to be used cautiously.
Because Crow is just as powerful, if not more so, than us at the moment.
What are we gonna do then?
Not a clue.
Even if we agree on not siding with either of the factions, I'm pretty sure each of us have different stuff we want to do.
That's also true.
And different things that we have to do too.
Yeah, that's true. For my part, I need to rescue Elise and Princess Alphen from the Noble Alliance's clutches.
Exactly.
Whether it's alone or with you guys, it's something I'll do.
There's no way you'll be alone for that. We're with you all the way. I'm concerned about Dad too, what with them having him under arrest.
At the moment, it seems like some guaranteed priorities are saving those important to us. So Elise, Alphen, Machias' dad, and I would imagine Elise,
can't get in contact with Fiona either.
Fiona, Elisa's dad,
I'm
or
glad I
mother,
was able
sorry.
to see Dad, but I'm worried about her.
For me, I'm worried about Ruhr as a whole. It's a huge relief to see you're all right, Sharon, but Mother's still unaccounted for.
I'm sorry I can't do more to comfort you, my lady.
So maybe we should focus on trying to save those close to us first, saving the people and just returning normalcy to the places that have been forced into this?
And I have no idea where Father's been for the past month.
Because that sounds like what a general thing that everyone wants right now, making sure that those they care about are okay.
I'm certain he must be well, but all the same.
We're all worried about our families, I see. Hopefully, we can find some information on all of them before the fighting gets any more fierce.
I'm certainly not worried about the safety of mine.
Well, yeah.
Although, suffice it to say, if we choose to intervene in the war, conflict with them is all but inevitable.
I wouldn't be surprised if this game has a boss fight with Rufus. In the intro cutscene, it did show that he has a sword, so I wouldn't be too surprised if we eventually have to fight Rufus.
That goes for Zeno and Leo, too.
We're definitely fighting them later.
They've been hired by the Noble Alliance, so I'd say it's likely we'll run into them in the future.
Those two are still a weird case, though, because they didn't seem exactly, like, antagonistic either. It really did just feel like they were doing a job. And that's, like, no hard feelings.
Plus, Emma and I still need to talk to Vita to see what exactly she's trying to do. To figure out what's so important to her that she was willing to break a taboo to do it.
Speaking of which, you've mentioned this taboo before, but what is it?
That's true.
Whatever you decide to do, you'll have my full support. Just as the warriors of Nord did 250 years ago, I'm determined to fight to protect my second homeland.
It feels like
those who live within it.
Feels like Gaius is the one with like the. Well, he still has to protect his family, but.
Oh, same! We can do this! I can back him up, right, Claire?
How could I say no? I have my own duties to take care of as part of the Railway Military Police, but I fully intend to support all of you with everything I have.
I'm thinking it's about time I return to helping the guild, actually. But
Yeah.
I'll still be in touch with Sarah, so I'm sure I can lend a hand or two anytime you need
Toval,
it.
you have been exceedingly helpful considering you were the first. You were literally like the first teammate in this game, so thank you so much.
Naturally, I'd be overjoyed to continue serving as your dormitory's caretaker.
I'm your instructor, so you're stuck with me to the very end.
I know.
Whatever you choose to do, you'll have my support. You're going to need to decide on a more specific course of action, though.
Yeah.
Resolving to find a third way is a start, but only a start. It also leaves plenty of questions that need to be answered on top of it all.
Well, then how about this? Let's figure out right now whether or not we want to keep using Ymir as our base of operations.
Okay, I agree with that.
Just so we're clear on this, there's a limit to how many people can use the spirit path at any one time.
So, would it be better to have a place where we could easily go to other, like, where we could, like, a place that's more in the middle of everything so that we could easily spread out?
And with as many people as we have now, I'm not sure how useful it's going to be at this point.
Should we go try and save Trista?
And we're limited on how frequently we can use it.
Should we go try and use and save Trista?
Oh, right. But we're also just as limited on where we can go otherwise. We haven't exactly been the most subtle group around. Who's to say we could even operate elsewhere?
If we could get Thor's back, that would be a fantastic place to work with, wouldn't it? Because it would make it easy for us to go to other places.
An astute point. The Noble Alliance will no doubt be even more wary of us than before.
And yes, it does run the risk of the fact that they're probably going to have it heavily guarded, and even if it gets taken, they would probably send an entire force after us just to take it back. But here's the thing, who's to say they won't do that regardless of where we go?
In the end, no matter what we decide, we lose.
Indeed. Yet we're short on time, so a decision must be made now.
There's gotta be something that only we can do.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I know it exists. And I'm sure that we'll find it. The best thing we can do now is keep talking things out until we find a way. There's no point in rushing into a decision.
Well, doesn't this look fun?
Jesus Christ. Why are you here?
Mind if I join in?
What in the world?
It couldn't be.
Vita.
Vita?
I'm gonna strangle that freaking bird. Get out.
It's lovely to see you again, Emma.
Piss off.
You were finally able to reunite with all of your classmates. I'm happy for you. Really, the goddess was on your side after all.
Go away.
Cut the crap, Vita. Have you been listening in all this time?
Where are you?
I'm not far at all. Listen closely now.
Oh God. Oh no.
That sounds just like...
Is that?
Not good.
It's coming from above us.
Not good. Come on. Why? Not good.
Isn't that the Noble Alliance Force's flagship?
What's the Pantagruel doing here?
Damn it! I didn't think she'd tell the rest of their army where we were.
But why now?
Why? Because our preparations are finally complete.
Oh god. There you are.
Vita!
What is that staff?
Vita, you're here. Yes, I am here, in the flesh. Good day to you all, Class 7. As nice as it would be to finally give you a hug, Emma, I wouldn't want to keep our guest of honor waiting any longer. So, without further ado...
I had a feeling. Oh, Class 7 really is all together right now.
Isn't that...
Crow.
The Azure Knight. Crow.
Ordine. The Azure Knight. Hey, Crow.
Long time no see, guys. Sorry for dropping in on you like this, but I'm sure you know the drill by now. You ready to have some fun?
Is that really you, Crow?
There's no doubt about it.
He's gonna. Is he gonna try and split us up again?
See, you damn terrorist.
Crow.
Come on!
Right.
All right, fine.
Heed my call! Valimar!
Acknowledged.
We might have a better time this time, but I'm still worried. Crow's the reason why we had to split with everyone in the first place. Who's to say it can happen again? Well, I'm gonna do what I can not to let it happen this time. Come on. We're better prepared this time.
I'm not gonna lose this time, because at the end of the day, he's just an obstacle that needs to be overcome.
Come on.
So lend me your power, Valimar!
Very well. Use my power as you see fit.
You've really taken to piloting since your last encounter, haven't you? I was hoping you would, and you didn't let me down. You boys have so much potential.
Damn it.
But potential is only that. Potential. And you, Reen, might want to reevaluate just how many obstacles need overcoming.
Doesn't matter how many. I'll work my way through it. Oh god, not these three. Oh no. That's not good.
This is bad.
Yeah.
Aren't those the Alliance's allies?
Long time no see, kiddos. You doing all right, Fee?
Are they really gonna try and crush us here?
I see the purple lightning has joined your ranks.
Xeno. Leo.
Zephyr!
And a few members of Ouroboros, too. Guess all the big guys wanted a piece of us today.
Now that we're all collected here, it's gonna. Now they just want to try and kill us while they can.
Look, Sammy's here too. Kindly stop referring to Clown Soleus with that bizarre nickname.
Never.
Ah, it's such a pleasure to visit this wintry wonderland once again.
Oh, it's a pleasure, all right. The time for my long-awaited revenge has finally come. Now you shall pay!
It's only been 2 days since you first fought them, you know.
This could pose a problem.
Not good.
Why send so many powerful allies here? And all at once?
You've proven to be rather formidable adversaries after all. It wouldn't do to underestimate you.
Rufus. Yep.
Rufus!
So you're really trying to crush us here.
I'm pleased to see you all again, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7. As for you, dear brother, I was told that you'd run away from home. It does my heart good to see you safe and sound. So, you've finally gathered up the will to make the difficult choices life set at your feet, I presume. Even if those choices place you in my line of fire?
Yes, I have.
Can't believe he's shown up too.
This is not. I don't even think Valamar's gonna be able to handle
Alliance
this.
is pulling out all the stops to finally get rid of us, aren't they?
I don't favor our chances here, honestly. These are all terrifying
Reed,
people.
we'll take care of everything here. You and Valimar have your own battle to fight.
Please don't die.
We're in for a real brawl out here, but a guy couldn't ask for better opponents.
Hang in there,
Battle on the
everyone.
ground to us.
We've no intention of backing down without a fight.
Let's not let it happen again, please.
Sharon!
I know they're all strong, but still.
Come on.
Well, what do you say we get started?
Shall we?
Here he comes!
Let's do this. Crow!
I'm impressed. You managed to hold your own better than I expected you to. It's only been a month or so, but you've really grown as an Awakener, Reen.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to go through the kinds of things I have without growing from the experience.
Clearly, you've been through a lot
Now
too.
that I've done all that, I'm going to be the one who takes you down.
No, you're not. I said you could hold your own, not that you could win. Remember, there's still a 3-year gap's worth of experience between us.
Yeah, I won't deny that. You've clearly been through a lot.
And it's time you realize just how much of an impact that gap has.
Really.
That's enough, Crow!
Come on, buddy. Hang in there, everybody. Oh, God.
Do they really stand a chance?
I don't think so.
Well, they're putting up a good fight so far, but... Yeah, it's not looking good. They're outnumbered, for one thing.
Then it's time we lent them our aid.
Agreed. Weapons at the ready, guys.
Please don't die. Don't get split up again.
Always in a rush, aren't you? Stay right where you are. I'll serve as your opponent today.
You will?
Trying to stop us from joining in?
I'd rather our intrusion cause as little inconvenience as possible for the people of this village.
There he goes. Rufus Alborea.
I'll let you make the first move. It's been quite some time since I last instructed you in fencing uses. I look forward to seeing how you've improved.
Oh, God.
Wow.
What kind of power?
This guard's perfect.
Stay alert. Rufus is a master of court fencing. We'll need to put all we have into this battle to even stand a chance against him.
I would have it no other way.
Oh, God. We're not even using Reen. Oh, Jesus Christ. So this is the fight where I have to get to 50% HP. Fee. Laura. Elise, no. Actually, yeah. Elise, Milliam. And, Machias. They don't have courts.
Show me what you're capable of.
I'll handle it.
They don't have courts. I might not actually win this, or even with my strategy of trying to break things.
My turn.
Well, as always, the best way to break things is with cheating.
No problem.
You give me the... I wonder if this is the reason the game gives me these Zerum capsules, so I can at least try and
I
get
suppose I
these.
should
It'd be
thank you.
funny if that's the actual reason. I don't think it is. Eternal Ruination. I think we got it. Yeah, I think we're dead. But I think we're at 50% HP.
Crap!
Divine lightning!
I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, we got the AP.
Well, I won't deny that was an entertaining diversion, but you do well to intensify your training regimen if you hope to best me.
How is he so strong?
You didn't stand a chance.
Don't split them up again,
He might even be
please.
stronger than Sarah.
Are you guys okay? Hey, you really think you've got time to be worrying about them?
Screw you.
You ain't getting out of this one, Green.
All right, bring it on.
At this rate, I feel like it's good.
Settle this, Crow.
I feel like at this rate, it's gonna come out the other side green.
Bring it on.
I don't know if we stand a chance against this one.
This'll be a tough one. Be careful.
We don't have our allies' moves with us either. Apparently, we might not even be winning this one either. Vine Knight or Dean. I don't think we're winning this one either. Oh, please let us not.
Think you can handle this?
I don't want to lose everyone again. Come on.
You're wasting. Eat this. Hope you're ready.
This is bad.
I can't win. I can't win.
This. Hang in there.
Please, just don't split them up again.
Settled enough for you? Didn't even bother to use that trump card of yours.
Why?
He wasn't even trying last time, then was he?
Come on. With the way you are now, I don't even need to try. I'll always win. And that ring perfectly illustrates just how massive the gulf between us is. Maybe you think you've had it tough up till now, but you're gonna need to go through a hell of a lot more if you want to even the odds.
I see the battle here has come to an end.
Hey Vita.
Don't, please.
I can't help but feel a little bummed that everything went exactly as I thought it would. Still, it just goes to show how much faith I have in your skills, my sweet Azure Chevalier.
Funny, I don't recall ever becoming yours. How's everything up top?
I think it's only a matter of time before the battle is decided. But we've caused enough trouble for the people of Ymir already. It's about time we brought this to a close.
Don't hurt them, please.
Finestrum Phantasma.
What? Window? What are you doing? What the? Duke Cayenne.
My apologies for not coming down to speak with you in person, ladies and gentlemen of Thor's Military Academy. You know who I am, of course, but I am Duke Cayenne, ruler of the Lemaire province and supreme leader of the Noble Alliance.
Duke Cayenne?
So even the big guy himself is here.
I must say, what a curious group we have here. I heard as much, but allow me to extend my most heartfelt congratulations. My expectations have thoroughly been exceeded. When I saw young Eustace and Laura in Legram earlier this year, I could never have imagined this is how we would next meet. Oh, I'm sure your parents must have warned you against wandering off with such disreputable individuals on a number of occasions.
You disgust me.
But I suppose every child thinks that they alone know what is best for themselves. Duke Alberea was simply livid about what happened. But it can't hurt to learn more about the outside world,
Everywhere that leaves his mouth is condescending.
Did you come all the way here just to tell us that?
Don't be silly, child. Reen Schwarzer. I had this meeting arranged because I wanted to speak with you. Perhaps the method was a touch too garish for something so simple, but do forgive me for not formally requesting an audience.
What do you want?
With you. Allow me to get right to the point. I wish to invite you, Ashen Chevalier, aboard our flagship.
Wait, why?
I've heard all about your magnificent exploits across the land. And so I thought it would be nice to sit down and have a long, pleasant chat with you. About the past, the present, as well as your future.
Are you suggesting...
You want Reen to join the Noble Alliance?
Should you accept my invitation, we will withdraw peacefully from Ymir. Furthermore, I give you my personal assurance that We will leave this village alone for the duration of this war.
Oh, you are such a coward.
A fine proposition, is it not? Are we interested?
I don't want them to hurt. I don't want everyone here to get hurt.
Very well. Allow me to accept your invitation.
Don't be an idiot. This is clearly a trap. They wouldn't come all the way out here and take you into their flagship if it weren't.
I don't care.
I appreciate your concern.
I'm not letting Ymir get hurt.
But trap or not, this might be a good chance for us, too. I think I'd regret it if I let it pass. Balamar, transport Celine back outside.
Are you certain?
Yes.
Now hold it right there.
I don't care.
Don't worry about me. The odds were against all of us getting back together, but we did it. And I'm sure we can do it again, too. So just wait with Emma for now. I'll be back before you know it.
At least you guys won't be split.
Balamar,
And I know you guys will be safe.
Very well.
I won't have to be worried this time.
Wait!
I'll see you later. I won't have to worry about them being hurt this time. We know they're all together, and we know they're all safe. Doing this will allow us to just go easily.
It seems the time has come for us to part ways once again. But remember this. You're an Alberea. There is power and dignity in that name. To whatever end you would use it, I want you to prove that the convictions you cling to are worthy of your loyalty. Not for my benefit, but for yours.
Wait!
Lord Rufus!
Well met, Lord Schwarzer. It's a pleasure to see you again. Allow me to extend my apologies for the harm my father visited upon this town and its people.
Never mind that. What do you intend to do with my son? And what is a promising young man like yourself?
We're simply going to borrow young Reen for a short while. There's nothing to worry about. I'm a busy man these days, though, so for now, I bid you adieu.
I'll be fine. At least I know these guys can be safe.
Reen! Reen!
As long as they're safe, then it's
finally
fine.
got back together too. Why?
Just wait for me, guys. I'll be back.
Sorry, but I'll be back, I promise. So stay safe.
I'll be right back.
Reen! Reen!
And this time we can even get a look inside. If we get inside, we can have a better idea of what's going on. At least I don't have to worry about them being hurt. Act 1, The Ashen Chronicles. End. Rank 5, rank 4, rank 4, rank 3. At least I don't have to worry about them being hurt. The main reason why I ended up rushing through things before is because I wanted to make sure they were all safe, but we know they're safe now. I don't have to worry about them, so let's just focus on actually exploring this area, and then we'll get back to them. This way we can at least ensure Ymir is safe. You know, this is funny. It's not the first time that we've been in a situation like this in this series, is it? Remember back with Estelle and Trails in the Sky? SC? They even got Balamar locked up in chains. They really don't want him getting away, do they? So, you wanted me. Hello, Duke Cayenne. I assume you don't actually want me to join.
Duke Cayenne looks like from up close. It's hard to believe that I've ended up in the same room as the leader of the Noble Alliance. Although, I guess we did meet back in Legram before the war broke out.
Reen Schwarzer, truth be told, we don't want this war to drag on any more than you do.
Really?
Really?
I don't believe you, honestly.
We only acted as we did, due in part to our dearly departed Chancellor's behavior being Far too unreasonable to justify turning a blind eye. He garnered the trust of His Majesty, and in turn misused that trust. He flagrantly disregarded this nation's beloved culture and traditions, treating Erebonia as if it were his own personal property. Surely you too noticed this.
Well, I can't say I disagree.
He wasn't a saint, but...
We did hear story after story during our field studies about how aggressive his policies were, about the way he didn't care how many enemies he made as a result, creating terrorist groups like the Imperial Liberation Front.
But as I said, the cause of our nation's ills is now gone. Now, all that remains is to turn back the hands of time just a touch, and the good old days of the Empire will be upon us once more. The key to this bright future lies in putting aside our differences and joining hands. Am I wrong?
Very funny.
I'm afraid that yes, you are. Do you honestly believe that people can so easily put aside their differences after all the Alliance has done? You occupied Heimdall and effectively took every one of its citizens hostage, imprisoned the Imperial family.
You turned Erebonia into a war.
And let's not forget how you're now in league with the enemy nation responsible for the destruction of Gorelia Fortress.
Do you really think it's going to be okay if you just turn back the clock a little bit?
After all that, the Imperial Army would never bow their heads to the likes of you, even if the rest of the population did.
My word, I'm afraid there's been a terrible misunderstanding. The Imperial family is simply under our loving protection. They certainly haven't been in prison, but that does bring me to exactly why I want you to help us.
It does?
The Azure Knight is already on our side. But if we had your Ashen Knight as well, that would mean we'd have two of the great knights of Erebonian legend to put into play. Couple them with our Panzer Soldats, and the Imperial Army's armored divisions would cower before us. You may not find us winning the war ideal, but this union benefits everyone more than carrying on until our inevitable victory,
I don't think it's that simple.
I beg to differ. The presence of Soldats units on a battlefield makes a tremendous difference. What they may lack in firepower and armor compared to tanks, they make up for in mobility and versatility. But more important than even those factors is the psychological impact they have on our opponents.
Well...
They are terrifying, I'll give you that.
We're only human. As such, we are as captivated as we are terrified of giant beings bearing human form. And if that holds true even for mass-produced soldats made with modern technology, it will be all the more true for the divine knights of legend you and Crow possess.
Can't argue with that logic.
I will say it once more. Gileath Osborne is dead.
I honestly still don't believe that.
And with his death, all that's left to be done is end this ridiculous war and return order to the Empire.
I think Osborne is somehow still alive out there.
Only then will everything be as it should.
Lecter, back in the Crossbell arc, Lecter made it sound as though there was a chance Osborne was still alive.
That includes both your pleasant academy life and the peaceful days of darling Elise and her friend the princess.
Bastard.
Are you trying to?
Whatever you ultimately decide, their safety is guaranteed. I would ask that you promise him this, if nothing else, Your Grace.
But of course, I'm not a monster.
Rufus.
We may stand on opposite sides of this conflict, but I still sit on Thor's board of directors. And in that capacity, I suggest you consider carefully the choice before you. After all, every soldier must decide for himself whether a cause is worth fighting, perhaps even dying for. I look forward to hearing your answer.
Please come with us, Master Rain. We will escort you to your guest room. Food and refreshments will be provided for you there. Fine. Aboard the Pantagruel. Intermission. I hope the others are okay at least. Is this the inside of the Pentagram? It is. It doesn't even look like a ship from this angle. Oh, yeah, it looks like a ship from this angle though, but... I'll give them their being hospitable, but...
All that's left to be done is end this ridiculous war and return order to the Empire. Only then will everything be as it should. That includes both your pleasant academy life and the peaceful days of darling Elise and her friend the princess.
I suggest you consider carefully the choice before you. After all, every soldier must decide for himself whether a cause is worth fighting, perhaps even dying for. I look forward to hearing your answer.
Disgusting. It's coercion.
It's hard to argue that this war began because the noble faction went too far. But the longer it goes on, the more people are going to suffer. Am I really okay with that? If I join them, I could reduce the number of victims, be friends with Crow again, free Elise and Princess Elfin. No, this isn't that simple. Think, Rain, think. I was able to reunite with the others, but Elise and Princess Elfin are still in the Alliance's custody.
It wouldn't be right to just suddenly ally with the enemy.
What's the best thing I can do? This isn't just about me. What do all of us want to do?
Keep racking your brain like that and smoke will start coming out of your ears.
Crow, right? Yeah. A little late for that.
What do you want?
Hey now, no need to give me that look.
Oh, really? What do you think I'm giving it for?
I figured I was gonna find you busy thinking everything over like your life depended on it.
Oh, it's not like it's not the case.
And what do you know? I was right.
How about you mind your own damn business? And don't you have better things to do with your time? I figured the glorious Azure Chevalier would be far too busy with the war to be hanging out around here.
Or are you just not as useful as they make you sound to be?
It's tough being popular. If you joined us, I could get away with doing half the work I am now.
No, I really don't want to join. You having to do a bunch of stuff actually sounds beautiful.
So come on, stop freaking out about it so much and make a choice.
Piss off.
This isn't something I can just decide by flipping a coin, Crow. And besides, it'd probably be an easier choice if not for a certain someone. What's that in your hand, anyway?
Grub, of course. Kinda early, but I brought you your lunch. Mind if I join you?
Fine.
Hamburgers, fries, and onion rings, huh? I was expecting something more fancy like I had last night.
Oh, that kind of food more your thing?
I guess they don't give you a whole lot of good stuff on the Chevalier as your Chevalier, huh?
Okay then, give me a minute while I go ask the chef to whip something up.
No, this is fine. The burger looks delicious.
Cool. All right, dig in.
This tastes kinda different from a normal burger. Oh, no wonder. It's got whitefish in it.
Yeah, they're called fish burgers. Pretty good, right?
Yeah, the tartar sauce makes for an unusual extra flavoring too. Oh. This tastes amazing. I like this way more than the food I had last night, to be honest.
Well, glad to hear. Guess it was worth putting my cooking skills to the test after all.
Really? This is you.
Wait, you made this?
Was my first time cooking in a while, too. Sharon could probably do better, though.
Why are you doing this?
But I wanted to give it a shot anyway. This stuff was like soul food back in Jirai where I grew up.
What exactly happened in Jirai that made you like this, Crow?
Oh.
To think, all the time we spent searching for the leader of the Imperial Liberation Front, and he was right under our noses. Crow Armbrust from the Jirai SEZ.
What exactly did Osborne do in Jirai that caused you to become like this? Why?
Oh, yeah. Vita was using some weird thing of hers to let you see what was going on, wasn't she?
Can you at least tell me why you're doing this?
So I guess you saw what happened there.
What is it about Jirai?
Yeah, Jirai was that special economic zone in the northwest you guys went to during our August field study, too.
The only thing we know is that Osborne was the one who annexed it, but that alone, I feel... What exactly did that entail, though?
We haven't run anything like that in the Dry Special Economic Zone. Well, I guess that makes sense, seeing as it's under the direct control of the Imperial government and non-noble.
I seem to recall that it was annexed 8 years ago. Is that right? Yeah, the Empire's stitching on nice and neat, without much opposition. No, it's prospering as a special economic zone on the coast. Seemed like a pretty lively place.
So you ended up going back to your old hometown then?
Yeah, by pure coincidence. It's changed a lot since I was last there, so it was kind of surreal being back again. But it was nostalgic in its own way, too.
Why, Crow?
It's been bugging me for a long time now. What could have made you want to join a group of terrorists like the Imperial Liberation Front?
What did Osborn do to Jirai?
What was it that made you hate Chancellor Osborn that much? Enough to take his life?
Just tell me, please.
Tell me, Crow. Please. I want to know what it was that made you who you are now. What kind of place Jirai was, how you lived there, and what you were doing before you entered the academy and met Toa, Angelica, and George.
What changed you?
Where's the fun in prying into a guy's past? Save all that talk for your number one in class. Who's the lucky girl anyway? Elisa? Laura? Emma? Fee?
Crow, please.
And don't tell me it's Milliam, because, you know...
I'm serious, Crow. I really want to know.
Just tell me, man.
Think of telling me your past as paying off the interest you owe on that 50 Mira.
You're still a member of Class 7. I don't want this to end badly between us. I don't want you to die. I want you to stop doing this.
Because until I know, until we know, we won't be able to move forward.
So just please.
You're really serious.
Tell me. What happened?
Crow?
My past really isn't that big of a deal, you know.
I don't care.
It's got nothing on yours, that's for sure. If you find yourself thinking that's all when I'm done, well, I warned you.
Fine.
So, you really want to know?
Tell me.
Yeah. Nothing you say will change my mind. Please, tell me.
All right, you win. Like I said, it's just your run-of-the-mill sob story.
I'll be the judge of that.
Pick up any history textbook and you'll probably find a dozen others just like it.
Just because it's common doesn't make it any less sad.
It's the kind of story that's so common no one bothers to remember it, like it never even happened. Back in those days, Jirai was known as Jirai City. It was a city-state off the coast of northwest Zemuria that prospered through maritime trade with West Erebonia, Northumbria, and Remiferia. It had a population of around 150,000 people, so it wasn't exactly a big place or anything. Because of that, the surrounding nations left it alone and let us live out our days in peace. We were pretty fortunate, all things considered, until about 20 years ago. That was when the Northumbrian disaster struck, and much of the Principality of Northumbria was turned to salt.
That's right. I was about to say, Ambria sounds familiar, and that's right. That was the whole place where the whole salt thing happened. It's also where Kevin got a piece of that. It's also part of the reason why Kevin had a piece of the salt pail, or whatever it was called, that allowed him to kill Wiseman.
And as a result, trade on the northwest shore was reduced to virtually nothing.
So once the salt incident happened, yeah, I guess so. Considering it turned everything around it to salt, you really couldn't do anything around there, could you?
Day after day, Jirai's prosperity started to fade away. Still, it wasn't all bad. We had our fishing, our historic landmarks, our septium mines. We could make use of those to get trade going again, both to keep our state running and to help out Northumbria. In fact, the one who advocated that approach was the mayor, my grandfather.
Really?
He was the last mayor Jirai City ever had. He was a stubborn old bastard, but he had this wry sense of humor, and was well loved by everyone. I lost my mom and dad early, so he was also my only living relative.
Crow.
He taught me just about everything a guy could know. He was like a mom, dad, and your old master rolled into one, I guess. Anyway, fast forward to 10 years ago. Out of nowhere, we received this proposal from the Erebonian government. They said they wanted to extend a railway line from Heimdall all the way to Jirai. We relied on the sea for trade before, but there wasn't any reason to believe we couldn't benefit from being connected to Heimdall by rail. The proposal drew overwhelming support from the city's council, and as a result, my grandfather was forced to accept. Within a year, the city had all of its old life back and then some. The streets were more bustling than ever. But keep in mind, this was the result of huge amounts of imperial capital flowing into the city. Land and buildings we once treasured were bought up left and right. Everything became a target for investment. People only cared about making money. Something similar supposedly happened in Crossbell too, but unlike there, no opposition existed in Jirai. My grandfather sensed something was off, and he tried what he could to get the situation under control. Then one day, someone blew up the railway line leading to Jirai.
Oh.
Everyone demanded that it be repaired as quickly as possible. Everyone except the Imperial government. Instead, they panned our national security arrangements for being insufficient and threatened to withdraw all Imperial capital.
I see.
The city was left in an uproar like we'd never seen. Shares plummeted, and with no one able to ascertain the culprit's identity, chaos reigned.
I think I might see where this is going.
That was when he showed up.
Osborn.
Chancellor Gileath Osborn, in his third year as representative of the Imperial government, personally came to Jirai.
Do you think it was Osborn that arranged for the railway to be destroyed, which in turn would lead to a domino effect of Jirai becoming annexed?
We then received a second proposal.
The restoration of the railway and its future security will be seen to by the Imperial Army. In return for our continued assistance in safekeeping, Jirai will come under the wing of our glorious empire.
I get the feeling that that's what's happening. Crow is under the belief that Osborn is the reason why the railway was destroyed. In a weird way, it would allow him to have Jirai be annexed and joined into the empire.
And attain even greater prosperity as a special economic zone.
The timing was too good to be true, really. Realizing this, my grandfather staunchly opposed the idea. He tried everything he could to convince the city's council to reject the offer.
But it was already too far gone by that point.
Unfortunately, once you taste the sweet fruit of prosperity, it's hard to want to go back. The council, made up of influential merchants and all their greed, jumped at the offer. And tempted by the elimination of customs, together with the tax breaks from being an SEZ, many of the citizens did too. And during all that, they'd conveniently found a suspect behind the railway incident, my grandfather.
I
He
figured
loved
they would
Jirai
blame
more
him.
than anyone, and up till then, its people loved him too. And yet, virtually overnight, he found himself facing the wrath of both the city's council and the citizens alike. Left with no choice, he resigned from his position as mayor, and Jirai formally became part of the empire. Both of these things happened on the same exact day.
I see. So that's where all your hatred comes from?
That was 8 years ago. Naturally, everyone knew my grandfather wasn't the one who did it. They knew who was really responsible.
Osborn.
They just turned a blind eye to the truth. See? I warned you. Just your run-of-the-mill sob story.
What the hell are you talking about?
I don't know what to say, Crow.
It makes sense though now why you've been this way about Osborn this whole time.
What happened to him after that? Your grandfather.
Yeah.
One day, he just up and died.
Crow.
Once he resigned, the whole affair with the railway getting blown up was all but forgotten. He lived comfortably in retirement for about half a year, fell ill, and that was that. He just lost the will to go on, I guess.
Crow.
Like I said, he was the only family I had.
So you're all alone.
I mean, I had plenty of friends even then, but I chose to leave it all behind. I was 13 at the time. I wandered the land, doing whatever I had to get by. That was when I met old Cayenne, who happily indulged my hatred for the Chancellor. And with his financial backing, I went out with the goal to find others who were just like me.
And that's when the Liberation Front came into being.
That was the beginning of the Imperial Liberation Front. Gideon, Scarlet, and Vulcan were among those I recruited. I'd also met Vita then. I only knew her as the woman who would often come to see Cayenne. She guided me to a place below the city of Ordis, and there slept the Azure Knight Ordine. One after another, I overcame the same trials you did with your friends, but alone. And once I'd proven myself worthy, Ordine accepted me as his awakener. That was 3 years ago. I was 16. My preparations complete, I concealed my background and enrolled in a military academy near the capital. Everything I did for the sole purpose of taking the Chancellor's head. Come on now, what's with the face? You look sadder about all this than I do.
I can understand. It's because you've basically killed your emotions about it. You don't feel anything from it.
Yeah, I guess.
I swear.
It's easier to not feel anything than to let your emotions destroy you.
I'm not trying to tell you the Chancellor was evil or anything.
What?
Really?
Still, there's no denying that he managed to outwit my grandfather. And he may have lost, but Pop's always loved a good gamble. It's thanks to him that I'm pretty good at chess, card games, that kind of stuff. I'd say it's fairly normal for a student to want to avenge his master's defeat, wouldn't you?
Crow.
Maybe.
At the end of the day, there's no denying this country has problems, and the Chancellor's methods were making them worse. I studied those problems, worked out how to use the situation to my advantage, and then won the game with an all-or-nothing gamble. But when you think of how peaceful Jirai is now, I'd say I've got a duty to clear up the mess left behind by my game too, which means ending this war and restoring peace. So it's only when that's done that my game is truly over.
Crow.
I don't want whatever your decision is to be influenced by my past, okay? Like Rufus said, you need to think long and hard about what it is you're fighting for. For you, more than anyone else.
Yeah, but Crow...
Buddy...
Anyway, I think I've stuck around here for long enough. You're gonna be treated as a visitor. Well, sort of. It's about time for the higher-ups to head back to Heimdall, so go ahead and pass the time however you want.
However I want? What else can I even do here?
Yeah. What the... Huh? Hmm? What's that? Heck? Ugh. It's them. What are they
There'll
doing?
be no guards outside your room, so if you want to try and escape, be my guest.
Why are you doing this?
Just keep in mind that some members of Ouroboros and Zephyr are on board too. Not to mention me, Scarlet, and Vulcan.
Why are you letting me do this?
So if you're up for a gamble of your own, get ready to take all of us on.
Sounds fun.
Another gamble then.
Oh yeah, one more thing. There's this real cute visitor in the guest of honors room on the second floor. I think she'd perk right up if she saw you, so why not go pay her a visit? Just don't go making your girl jealous, okay?
Whatever you say. Is it Elise? Or maybe even Alphen? I guess this would be the
Who he
perfect...
means.
I guess this would be the perfect place to have them
He
trapped.
said she's in the guest of honors room.
Elise or Alphen would make
Well,
sense.
I can't waste much time here. I told everyone I'd definitely come back soon. Right now, I need to gather as much information as I can. I can make my choice after that. At least then, it'll be an informed one.
It's strange how he's allowing us to go through with this. But... Well, let's look around. We at least have a better idea of why Crow's doing all this. There's a bunch of rooms here. Hello?
I can sense someone inside.
Hello?
Huh? It's open. Come on in.
That sounds like...
Wait a minute.
Excuse me.
Is that... That's not... I had a feeling it was V. Vulcan. How's it going? Been a while.
Oh, it's you. You finished talking with C?
Yeah.
His name's Crow, not C, and he's never going to be anything else for me.
Oh, I know his real name, but to us, he's always gonna be C. That's our leader. You might be young, but each and every one of us look up to him and respect him.
I can tell.
Anyway, take a seat. You got a whole lot of questions, I bet.
Fair enough.
Does you asking that mean you're willing to answer them?
Depends on the questions.
Just out of curiosity, how many members does the Imperial Liberation Front have left? I know the explosion back in the mine was staged, obviously.
Sure was. Anyway, 10, give or take. We lost most of our members as soon as the war started kicking into gear.
Really?
Oh.
Hmm.
Is that because the group's primary objective had been fulfilled?
Basically, yeah. We all came from different backgrounds. But the one thing we had in common was that we hated that bastard's guts. So after he'd kicked it, most of the guys didn't really have any reason for sticking around.
Are you saying they just...
Can't say I blame them for calling it quits.
Crow said that seeing this war through to its end was the last part of his game.
Are you saying that they all killed themselves?
Are the members who haven't left sticking around for similar reasons?
And that you guys are gonna do the same when this is over?
Interesting question. Can't speak for the others, but me? I don't really care how this war goes. I mean, I'm a former Jaeger who can hold his own in a fight. I've always lived for war.
Fair enough.
And teaching those dumbasses in the provincial armies how to pilot soldats is a job worth doing, even if it's a pain. If we disband, I'll find myself something else to do.
As weird as it is, I'm at least glad to hear that you're not gonna plan on doing some, like, ending your own life.
I see.
Kinda glad, in a way.
I can't defend the assassination of the Chancellor or what you did near Trista, but I'd be happy if you chose to disband at least.
Yeah.
You're a funny kid.
I don't get the impression that the Imperial Liberation Front are entirely, like, they're not 100% bad.
Being oddly nice to us after all the shit we caused, don't you think?
The cycle of hatred's gone on for long enough.
I don't want to hate.
Crimes you've committed will never vanish, but no one wants this war to go on longer than it has to. It's not as though you guys want war, do you?
Exactly.
That's enough of the niceties. You've got time to worry about us. Use it to worry about yourself. Whether you choose to side with the Alliance or go against them, you've got a tough road ahead, whether you like it or not.
Thanks for the honesty. I do appreciate it.
Make sure to think long and hard before you decide.
Thanks, Vulcan.
And if we end up as enemies again, show me what you got.
Sure thing, buddy.
On the battlefield, I mean.
Fair enough.
Excuse me.
I'll see you later, Vulcan.
Think I might have been too harsh on the kid. Still... yeah. He's probably perfect for the job.
Eh? Perfect for the job? Vulcan? Does Vulcan have some sort of secret plan of his own?
He saw right through me. He's not wrong, though. I should be worrying about myself right now. He seemed kind of different, though. Like he'd lost his spark.
Did something happen? Again?
His sole objective in life seemed to be to get revenge for his old Jaeger Corps killed by Osborn.
But now that Osborn is supposedly dead...
Maybe he's just not sure what to do with himself now that he's done just that?
Poor guy. What about this room? If Vulcan was in that one,
Send someone in, and
then I have
judging
to...
by the fact that V is in the next room.
Scarlet? Is this you? Indeed.
Come on in if you like.
Hey, Scarlet. Hello, Scarlet. You know, we don't actually know fully why Scarlet's doing this, do we?
Hello there, love. I'd heard you came on board yesterday, so I did wonder whether we would run into one another at some point.
Well...
Hello, Scarlet.
Been a while.
Last time we spoke was a month and a half ago near Trista, I think.
Quite a memorable day for both of us, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There's no need to stand over there. Come and have a seat. I'll pour us some tea.
You really don't have to.
Well, she's doing it anyways.
Well, I guess there's no harm in chatting for a bit.
Thanks.
These tea leaves really are wonderful, aren't they? Only the best for the airship of Erebonia's most powerful noble, I suppose.
I have to admit, the fragrance is like no tea I've ever had before. You're right, though. It makes sense if it's something Duke Cayenne personally chose.
Oh? I was under the impression that your family is a part of the nobility, too. Your father is a baron, isn't he?
He might be a noble, but generally barons aren't all that wealthy. We live a relatively modest lifestyle.
Oh, really? I wouldn't have thought it before, but maybe my family was actually more well off than yours.
We don't really know too much about you, Scarlet. Why would you become...
And Scarlet, I heard she lost her old hometown when he went and built a railway through it.
Oh, that's right. Forgot.
What kind of family did you come from then?
Yeah.
Oh, they weren't nobles, if that's what you're wondering.
Really?
They were just relatively wealthy farmers. We were almost local celebrities in a way.
Oh, I see.
You're wondering how someone like me became a terrorist?
Well...
It's written all over your face.
Well, I can't deny that I'm curious. I heard that you lost your hometown because Osborne built a railway through it.
Oh, did C tell you? No, I suppose it must have been V. He never was one to keep quiet about things.
It was definitely V.
So, I mean, what happened?
Some things are best left unsaid, I think. It's not as if knowing would somehow allow you to change things.
I suppose.
You're so adorable, Reen. Now I know why C took a liking to you. What do you say? How about you come and fight with me and the other big girls and boys? It'll be fun, I promise.
Can't make that.
Please stop teasing me. Anyway, thank you for the tea. It wasn't just made with high-quality leaves. It was brewed exceptionally, too.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, actually, I may as well ask while I have the chance. Where did you learn how to use that weapon of yours anyway? It's pretty unique.
That's right, you use a Templar sword. The same kind that Reese uses.
Oh, that? I suppose it can't hurt to tell you. The holy city of Arteria.
So does that mean...
Arteria? Where the high seat of the Septian Church is?
Did you at some point train to become a Gralswitter?
That's the one. It's called a Templar sword, and it's a traditional weapon in the church. A few years ago, I was studying to be a sister and was trained in how to use it there.
So you were trying to get the same kind of position as Reese was.
Surely you must be talking about some other church, right? You're telling me there are sisters in the Septian Church who use weapons like that?
You don't understand.
There are more things in this world you don't know than you could possibly imagine. Well, it doesn't matter much now. I ended up returning to Erebonia before my training was complete.
Oh?
Anyway, that's all I'm telling you for now. I'll give you the full story if you decide to join us. Sound fair? And if you choose not to join, well, that way has its own charms, I suppose.
Very well.
She ended up being a lot friendlier than I expected her to be. I wonder how much of what she was saying about being a sister was true.
Where she knew Reese?
She seemed to really hate the Chancellor. I wonder what she intends to do now that he's gone.
Technically speaking, the Imperial Liberation Front doesn't even have a reason to exist with the assumption that the Chancellor's dead. Oh, hey. There's someone I didn't expect to just see lounging about. Hey, Blue Blanc.
Good day to you, Reen Schwarzer.
Even without your mask.
What the? You're the Phantom Thief! You sure look comfortable. What are you doing here?
Ha ha! Why wouldn't I be? I'm as much a guest on this ship as you are. And who would deny themselves the pleasure of a ship so beautiful? The furnishings are immaculate. The food and wine are positively sumptuous.
I guess this is kind of a perfect place for you now, isn't it?
And I am of the firm belief that it's wasteful not to take advantage of the opportunities life presents you.
Always the one to go for beauty.
Ah, and speaking of opportunities, don't just stand there. Take a seat and join me in having a drink. You've been blessed with the rare chance to sit and chat one-on-one with the most beloved thief of our time.
Well, if there's one person I'm curious about their past, it's definitely Blue Blanc. The closest we've gotten to information on his past is back in Trails in the Sky III. There was that one door that talked about Fan Thief B's past, or at least it gave three it gave 3 different theories on which one was Blue Blanc's real past. But it was said that one of them was real, and it was the one that corresponded. I think they were titled X, Y, and Z. And I think it was X, the one that was related to something about a mistress or something? Someone that he was in love with. The reason it was X is because it was the same, the letter X is also the letter of his Ouroboros number, which is 10.
I can't believe that's how you describe yourself. Well, what the hell? I'll have a drink. Nothing alcoholic, though.
Alright, Blue Blanc. Thanks.
Funny. I didn't realize you'd met Prince Olivert.
Oh, they've got a history.
Indeed. There are few even among royals whose palate is so refined as his.
If you two weren't enemies, you'd probably be best friends.
Between our shared love of beauty and fundamental difference of opinion on the nature of love, he forever remains an endless source of entertainment for me.
I suddenly feel very sorry for him.
One of the very few he was also one of the few people in the group that was able to break your mask.
What happened down in Liberl sounds pretty amazing, though.
The Librarch
I'd
incident.
heard there were problems with orbital technology in southern Erebonia at the time, but I had no idea that was why.
Librarch.
That magnificent floating city was quite the sight to behold, let me tell you. Oh, how I wish I could have shown it to you.
I'm still curious about what happened to the Auroral from it. The Auroral still exists somewhere in this game's universe. The Grandmaster has it, though. We saw that somehow, after the events of SC, through that last hidden door in the third Sky game, it was shown that the Auroral was somehow managed to be kept in Wiseman's spear, or staff, or whatever it was he had. And it was given to the Grandmaster. So the Auroral still exists, and Ouroboros has it.
It would have changed your view of the world completely.
It really does sound amazing. Wait, why am I sitting here having a friendly discussion with a wanted criminal? He has so many interesting and unusual stories, I got completely caught up listening to them.
Ha ha! A thief of my caliber can steal much more than objects read.
Can you even steal my thoughts? Because how the hell do you know what I'm thinking?
There. I was able to steal much of your time. And your interest. Perhaps I stole your heart as well.
Rest assured that did not happen.
Stop it. The only one that might have been that is Olivier.
Your stories were interesting, though, I'll admit.
Olivier's heart is the only one that you might have stolen.
By the way, you wouldn't happen to know where Prince Olivert is now, would you? Last I checked, he wasn't actively fighting against the Alliance.
Ha ha! I imagine Duke Cayenne would welcome a man like the Prince with open arms into the Alliance, if he so wished to join.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I would imagine that Olivier really wants to get into the fight, but Vander has to have him like chained down somewhere. You are not going somewhere. You are not getting involved in this war. Let me free, Mueller. Let me do stuff.
To my knowledge,
you'll get yourself killed.
Wary of the Chancellor himself. But I digress. I'm afraid not even I know where he is at the moment. However, I'm inclined to believe that wherever he's hiding, the Crimson Wings is there with him.
Do you think there's a chance he could have fled from Erebonia? The thing I'm thinking is, do you think there's a chance he could have gone back to Liberl? Remember, the Courageous was made with help from Liberl's like Arcel. Do you think there's a chance he could have fled to Liberl for the time being?
So the Courageous is missing too, then.
Because if you can't find it, then surely that just means it's not even in Erebonia. I can't imagine it would be, like, hidden somewhere in Erebonia. It would have to be somewhere outside of it.
Although the Duke's got some nerve if he expects Prince Olivert to side with him after he imprisoned the rest of the Imperial family.
But think. These kinds of things are simply what the great nobles of this country have always done. The War of the Lions, too, was brought about by numerous families of some standing backing potential successors to the throne. Emperor Dreikels, as a late arrival to the war, was a mere exception to the rule. I wonder, does Prince Olivert think himself as the second coming of Dreikels?
One of which is to bring the winds of change to Thor's military academy. A gust of fresh air, if you will. I'll admit, I hesitated to allow it, but I decided to place my hopes in you. We believed then, as we still do, that one day you all will be a great light that can push back the darkness of this country.
I don't think he does. From what I can tell, he intends to try and end this war in a slightly different way from Drykel's.
Oh? Do tell.
I'm not one for
Sorry,
leaking strategies.
but I should be going. Thanks for all the interesting stories. They helped me work through things in my head a bit.
When did you put your mask
I'm
on?
pleased to hear it. I will be waiting at the edge of my seat to hear which path you choose. Join us, and you'll be warmly welcome.
Blue Block, when did you put your mask on?
Naturally, I'm fascinated by you as the Ashen Knight's pilot. But I'm even more fascinated with that brute strength of yours. I would love the chance to see the power of an ogre up close.
There's actually one person who seems like they actually might know what's up with Reen, and it's McBurn. McBurn said something about being mixed, and it might be referring to whatever it is that Reen has inside of him. So, does that mean McBurn is the same way? Do those black flames that seemingly come from him come from the fact that he has something similar inside of him? But the reason that he somehow managed to control them. If that's the case, then does that mean Reen could also become just as strong as McBurn if he were able to control that other side of him?
I doubt it's half as interesting as what you're thinking. Anyway, if you'll excuse me.
What did McBurn mean by mixed, though? Again, he seems like the only one who would know what's happening with Reen. But we'll have to wait till we actually see him. Alright, who's in this one?
Who's in here?
We got a visitor?
Come on in.
Zeno and Leonidas.
Excuse me.
Hey, you two. I do want to learn more about Zephyr. Howdy.
Figured it was you. Sup?
You guys are pretty chill, all things considered.
Have a seat. Bourbon? I suppose not.
Yeah, I really shouldn't. How come you guys are being so friendly, though? I mean, we're on opposing sides and all.
Why wouldn't we be? It's not like we're on a battlefield right now. We're Jaegers. Nothing unusual about us trying to cut some throats one day that's sitting in a bar with the same guys the next.
You guys are definitely funny.
Of course. If you would rather fight with us, that can be arranged.
Let's do that later time.
I shall have to politely decline. For one thing, I don't think I'd stand the slightest chance of taking you two down.
Hey now, no need to be so pessimistic. Fee seems to think pretty highly of you. Have a little more faith in yourself.
You two seem to also really care about Fee. So
At the very least, you'd be able to give us a real fight in your divine night.
Fee does seem to at least care about you two to some degree. She seemed upset when seeing you two having joined with these guys, with the Noble Alliance.
Not that I'd have any intention of losing even then.
The scary thing is, I'm pretty sure he's dead serious.
Yeah.
Well, they're used to taking out tanks. They probably have their ways.
I mean, Zeno mentioned he had some new technique, like some new stuff he wanted to try on the Divine Knight.
Huh. Oh yeah? Ranking 72nd for the year in an academy full of big shot students ain't half bad. Brings a tear to my eye to see our little Fee putting her heart into her education.
And don't forget, she was the youngest of her classmates, too.
Yeah, you guys do really seem to care about her.
The boss was right when he said that she can do anything she puts her mind to.
You got that right. Maybe joining the gardening club will make her a bit more ladylike, too. Oh, who am I kidding?
She's still young. She has plenty of time to develop on that front if she so pleases.
What are you two talking about?
They really seem to adore her. Like two proud parents talking about their child.
I mean, I can't hate them for being cool with Fee.
And yet...
But at the same time, I just want to know, why are you guys with the Noble Alliance?
If you don't mind me asking, why did you leave Fee behind?
Yeah. Is it just because of Zephyr splitting up and it just so happened to be a side effect?
After your boss was killed in a battle with his sworn enemy, I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, Fee told you about that.
Mhm.
Sounds like you're closer to her than I thought you were.
I trust this is simply me being paranoid. But
Uh-oh.
you haven't tried making any moves on her, have you?
I suddenly feel very in danger. No.
No, of course not. I wouldn't dream of it.
Now I can definitely tell you guys see yourselves as her two dads.
I just want to know why you'd abandon her when she obviously means so much to the two of you. She thought of you all like family. Why did you leave her all alone?
Well, we had our reasons. Let's leave it at that. I know you want to know, but you're not the one we should be telling that to.
We'll be sure to tell Fee our reasons in due time.
I'll accept that.
Until then, leave the issue be.
Just please tell her at some point.
All right. I can accept that. Still, she's our classmate. In that sense, she's like family to me, to us, too. And we feel that way about her just as strongly as you do, if not more so. I want to be perfectly clear on that.
Fighting words right there.
Still, we'll remember you said that. Returning to the matter at hand. You're sure you haven't tried to make any moves on her?
No, she's funny
spit it
though.
out.
No.
They really are like two overprotective fathers.
They are two overprotective dads. Fee and her two scary dads. I swear, I haven't done anything. Just, Jesus Christ, don't kill me.
I was hoping to get a bit more out of them about what Zephyr is up to. All we did was talk about Fee the whole time.
They really do like her, though.
Oh well.
It's at least nice to know that Fee was... at least still has people that care about her from Zephyr alive.
At least now I know that the guys in Zephyr really cared about her, so it wasn't a complete waste of time.
They're not bad people. I mean, they're Jaegers, so they're not good people either, but... you know what I mean. If only we knew why they're doing this. Alright, who's up next?
I can sense someone inside.
Not good. Why is this happening again? Hello? Who's inside? Why is this making the chest hurt? Huh? You! Of course.
Oh,
McBurn.
it's you. Forgot you were staying here too.
What did you mean by mixed?
Yeah.
Can you tell us?
What was that? It's gone now anyway. Maybe it was just my imagination.
Do we have some sort of connection to McBurn?
So what's up?
Burn. Flame. Fire. Green uses a lot of fire. Is the thing that's inside of Reen the same thing that's inside of McBurn? Because Reen uses a lot of fire. A lot of his moves incorporate fire. Quite a couple of his moves incorporate fire. Or at the very least, like his S-Craft involves flames. So does his Flame Impact or whatever it's called, but... do you think that Green has the same kind of flames that McBurn has inside of him?
I couldn't give a damn whether you joined the Alliance or not, to be honest.
Is that what he means by mixed? Whatever those black flames are.
Oh, I didn't come here for any specific reason.
Interesting. You mixed by any chance?
What does that mean? Mixed.
Could I sit and talk to you for a while?
What a pain in the ass.
On the bright side, I imagine you're not even allowed to fight on this damn ship, considering the fact you probably set on fire.
When we ran into each other back near Bereahard, you asked a weird question. Something about being mixed?
What's that?
Oh, that?
I didn't have the chance to figure out what that meant at the time, but what did you mean?
Don't know if I can even explain that one.
Can you do it to your best ability?
It's just something you feel. What we've got mixed into us is obviously different in strength and nature. It's kind of hard to put into words.
It sounds like you do have the same thing that Reen does, whatever it is that's in his chest or whatever.
Yeah, seems that way.
You think McBurn goes through those same things that Reen does, where those weird flashes of chest pain?
I know you're not trying to confuse me on purpose, but I really can't wrap my head around what you're saying.
Just watch.
Huh? Fire.
There's no trick to it. I'm not using an ornament, it's not magic.
It's just coming from inside of you.
And I'm not using an artifact either.
It's just you summoning flame.
I just will fire to appear, and it does.
So it's just a totally unnatural ability.
And Reen may have something similar inside of him. Mix.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Something that just gives you results, without the processes you'd usually have to go through to obtain them.
And by the sounds of it, McBurn sees that there might be something similar with Reen. He considers himself mixed.
You've got one too, right?
Yeah. Whatever this power is that Reen has.
Well...
What is it, though?
True. That power of mine wasn't something I gained from training.
McBurn's been able to... It seems that McBurn's been able to control his, so evidently we may be able to control ours too. If we could, that could put us on the same level of a power as McBurn, even.
I don't even know where the power itself is coming from.
Because it sounded at the very least that McBurn was excited to fight somebody who had something similar to him.
It's the same kind of thing. People who can do things like that usually have something mixed into them. Something foreign, unnatural, mixed into their body itself. Different to the church's stigmas.
So it's not a stigma. I did originally think it was maybe a stigma, but at least McBurn here is flat out confirming it's not a stigma. It's something else.
Looks like a pretty small part of it in your case, though.
Oh.
Is that why we can't control it?
There, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, I couldn't tell you how, where, or why whatever it is got mixed into you.
So that's probably why we have that scar. That's whenever we probably became mixed or whatever. The question then becomes, what is it? What exactly is inside of Reen that turned him into what he is?
Sure you've got more questions, but sorry. I can't answer them.
I'm gonna be honest with you, McBurn, you've answered a lot more than I was hoping, so thanks, mate.
No, it's okay. You've answered enough already. I feel like I understand myself a little better now, actually.
Maybe we can try and start working through what it is that makes us what we are.
Good for you, I guess. So, we done now?
Yeah, I'll leave you be.
Yeah.
You sound like you
Thanks
want
for
rest.
your time.
Thanks, McBurn.
Oh yeah. So how much of you is unnatural?
Oh yeah. It sounds like we're only a small amount, but considering how strong your flames are, I almost have to imagine that most of you is mixed, right? Or unnatural.
Me? All of me.
Oh. Okay. I can tell.
His circumstances seem very different from mine.
All of him is unnatural.
Guess all I can do is remember what he said. Maybe there will come a time when it'll all make sense.
If he could master all of it, then there's certainly a possibility for us to master a part of it.
I'm sure one day I'll find out what this power of mine is. What the story behind me being given this power as a kid is. One day.
Surely. There seems to be one more door here. Actually, there's two. Alright, who's in this door? Is it Doobly?
I think I can sense someone inside, given the circumstances. I imagine it must be one of the people who fought us in Ymir.
Doobly? Or the...
Huh? It's open.
Or Altina. It's either Doobly or Altina, I think. Hello?
It's empty. Weird. I could have sworn I sensed someone in here.
It's Altina.
Oh.
Yep. What is your deal? You're the same as Milliam. And Milliam mentions, or they mentioned something about being connected. Is it in reference to Sammy and Lammy? I kind of feel bad. I feel like I should just...
down like this? She really is just a child.
I feel like I should just leave you be.
Maybe 12 or 13? Somewhere close to Milliam's age. How did a kid like this end up fighting with the Alliance?
Probably the same way that Milliam came to be fighting with the RMP. Hi. Morning.
Who are you? Who's calling me?
Is she talking in her sleep?
Hi.
Situation assessed. Location is a room inside the guest area of the Pentagrul. 9 hours have passed since initial loss of consciousness.
Guess she's sleeping comfortably enough here. Then again, she needs it at her age. She's got plenty of growing left. Wait.
Hmm.
Huh?
Hi.
Good morning?
Reen
What's up?
Schwarzer, why are you here?
I'm surprised you don't know why.
Unless my memories have been tampered with, I believe this room was solely allocated to me.
Oh, it was. Sorry. If I'd known you were sleeping, I wouldn't have come in here.
So you're an intruder then. Clown Soleus.
Sammy, no. Sammy, Sammy!
No, it was just an innocent mistake.
Do not hurt me, please!
Whoa! Can we at least talk about this?
Please.
No mercy for trespassers.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So you claim to have no inappropriate motives for sneaking into this room.
I was just curious.
Not claim! I really didn't!
But once you walked in, you fell victim to temptation and chose to act in accordance to your desires.
Madam, I was standing and looking at you for like 10 seconds thinking before you woke up.
No! No, I didn't! How many times do I have to explain what happened before you'll believe me?
Please.
I was making a joke.
I can't tell.
Had you any intention of harming me, Clown Soleus would have attacked you. That he didn't proves your innocence.
So, what? Thanks?
Oh,
Question
right.
mark?
Then what was all that for?
What the hell?
Oh, whatever. I suppose it's my own fault for coming in without permission. Anyway, I've cleared my name. I'll see you some other time, probably.
If that's what you want to do, you didn't come to ask me anything then?
Well, no. Honestly, I didn't even know you were in here. I do have a lot I'd like to ask you, though. And just as much I'd like to say to you.
I mean, you've definitely got some connection to Milliam. And you might even know more about why Milliam's the way she is with Lammy.
Okay, if you're offering, what are your reasons for helping the Alliance? Why do you have a puppet just like Milliam's? Just who are you?
The answer to your first question is, I was ordered to do so.
Ordered.
As all information regarding Clown Soleus is confidential, I am unable to answer your second question.
Does the reason that she has Clown Soleus relate to being the same reason why Milliam has Aragetlum?
And as for the last one, I am unable to fully comprehend the depth of your question.
I literally asked, who are you?
Oh, forget it. You abducted my sister and the princess. Whether you were ordered to or not doesn't change that. And it's not something I think I can forgive. See you around. Sorry. That was probably too harsh. I can't pretend to know anything about your circumstances, but I do know that you didn't abduct them of your own free will. Anyway, with that said, I'll be going. Maybe we'll have a chance to talk again sometime.
I kind of hope that you can just be free of whatever it is that's making you do this.
The Black Workshop.
What?
What?
That's the name of the place I belong to.
Black Workshop.
It was they who loaned me to the Noble Alliance. Unless you choose to join the Alliance, that is the most I'm able to disclose to you.
The name doesn't ring any bells. And loaned? That makes it sound like...
Could you... When you say workshop, the first thing that comes to mind is the 13 factories of Ouroboros. And the way that you talk... Are you not a real person? Are you a doll?
I suppose it's none of my business. Thanks for telling me. I'll be sure to remember that name.
I can't see doing so holding any real purpose for you.
I don't know. But...
Incidentally, did you have any untoward motives behind what you just did?
I'm not in the mood for Nar
I
thrashing.
did not.
Please.
The Black Workshop? Loaned?
Is it possible that it could be another one of the 13 factories and that she's not even technically a real person? Is she a doll given life?
Sounds like stuff worth remembering.
Well, considering all the other people we've seen so far, there's only really one person this last door could have. Yep, Dooley. It's weird not seeing you in your armor, I will say that. Also, I'm surprised I'm not seeing you with Arianhad.
Having to travel to and from Crossbell like this is utterly exhausting.
Oh yeah, this takes place at the same time during the Crossbell incident, so yeah, you do have to keep going between the places.
No, I mustn't complain. I'm doing this for the sake of my lord.
She sounds awfully familiar.
Hey, Duvalie.
Who goes there? Wait! You're the Ashen Knight's pilot!
I remember you now. You're with Ouroboros. Duvalie the Swift, right?
Have you no shame? Is it perhaps normal for you to barge into a lady's room unannounced?
Are the Stallritter.
You and that Arseid are only as bad as each other, I swear! Learn your place!
Actually, I just walked through the door normally.
Yeah.
I should have probably knocked before I came in, though. Sorry about that.
Anyways, wanna talk? There we go, that looks more normal on you.
So, now that we're understood, what do you want?
Now you look familiar.
Have you come to tell me that you'll be fighting on our side after all?
No.
Can you not jump to conclusions? Besides, it's not like you're working with the Alliance because you agree with what they're doing.
Oh, naturally. Lady Clotilde seems to have a purpose of her own. But for my part, I have no obligation to help the Alliance whatsoever.
Why is it that you're coming over here all the time then? Shouldn't you just be with Arianhard the whole time?
I'm simply cooperating because I was told doing so was necessary to the plan.
And what about the other two Stallritters?
Plan? I'm not sure what she's getting at.
The Phantasmal Blaze.
Just so we're clear, that lord you keep mentioning isn't Vita Clotilde, is it?
No. She may be an Anguis like her, but my lord is the seventh, not the second. She is the leader of the Stallritter, the great light which guides us, gallant yet beautiful, proud yet merciful. She's the strongest knight of all, and oh, she's simply divine.
You are funny.
Well, you've made it clear how great you think she is. So the head of the Stallritter is also a woman?
She certainly is, and if you must know, 100 swordsmen of your strength couldn't hope to equal her.
After my fight with her in Azure, I understand this. Please, don't make me fight her again, please.
No, 1,000, even 10,000 of you wouldn't be able to so much as scratch her.
Well, the SSS was able to destroy her helmet.
Okay, I get it. She's strong. Still, if she's a woman who could be described as the strongest knight of all, Laura already noticed the similarity between the Eisenritter and Stallritter, but she really does sound like Saint Sandlot.
I see I've got you thinking. Incidentally, I may have already mentioned her title, but one can never share my lord's glory too many times.
The Steel Maiden.
She's known as the Steel Maiden.
The Steel Maiden, huh?
Not the
And
Lance
with that,
Maiden.
I believe that's enough idle chatter. If you didn't come to tell me that you'll be fighting on our side, then we remain enemies. As such, we shouldn't be standing here being friendly with one another.
I swear to God, do not pull out a weapon.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Sorry for bothering you. Actually, there was one more thing I wanted to ask. You're not an enforcer like Blue Blanc or Sharon, right?
The Stallritter are in a weird position where they're part of the Ouroboros, but they're technically part of Ouroboros, but they're not an enforcer. Because they've never been referred to as such. They've only ever been referred to as the Stallritters.
Is there any reason for that?
You just had to ask. Enforcers are selected by the society's leader, the Grand Master. And in order to be selected as one and given a number, that person needs to be burdened by some kind of darkness.
Really? I feel like this is the first time we've been given that exact statement. In order for someone to be selected as an enforcer, they need to be burned by a kind of darkness. You know, now that you mention that, that actually makes a lot of sense for a lot of the ones that we've heard so far. I mean, think Joshua and his past. Think about the story we heard of Blue Blanc and how his love affair ended or whatever. Think about Walter and the whole thing that happened with his like a martial arts school or whatever. Interesting. So, and of course, let's not even forget about Ren. God knows how she's gone through things. I wonder what makes someone selectable for an Anguis then.
But just so we're clear, there is no correlation between having a number and one's strength, alright? I'm quite strong.
An Anguis seems to be the one thing that we don't know how gets selected. The only Anguis that we know of right now include Professor Novartis, Wiseman, but he's dead, Arianhod, and now technically Mirabelle. Oh. So what makes them selected for being the Anguis? Are they, like, do they have to have a specific kind of loyalty or interest in what the Grandmaster's doing?
I didn't say you weren't.
Or do they have to be the same as it in the Enforcers, where they have to have be burdened by some kind of darkness?
But it makes perfect sense. You don't strike me as someone who's carrying any kind of darkness with you.
Yeah, you're honestly just kind of silly, to be real with you.
You're refreshingly sincere. Like someone who hates anything that strays from the path of righteousness.
I'll thank you not to spout
Nice
such
face.
nauseating drivel in my presence. Now get the hell out of my room!
Okay. You're funny, though.
She chased me out. I'm really curious about the Steel Maiden.
I'm sure we'll see Arianhod eventually.
Could she really have some connection with the Lance Maiden?
We already saw a shadow, like her shadow, back in the first Cold Steel game when we were in the Lone Green Castle. She was the one who saved us when things were getting dire at the end. Yeah, there.
Perhaps even with the woman who helped us during our August field study.
That was definitely Arianhod. Of course, we still don't know why she helped us back then. Well, now that we've got that all done, I think we're supposed to go to the guest of honors room. Considering they said it's a she, I have to assume it's either Elise or Alphen, right? This would be the perfect place to keep them trapped.
This should be the guest of honors room. Time to see who's inside.
Alphen, Elise, or some other third person.
Who is it? Please come in.
Is it Alphen? I think it
That
is.
sounds like. Excuse me.
I think that is Alphen. Alphen! You're okay! Where's Elise?
I had a feeling it was you, but I didn't dare to hope.
Alphen!
It's you. It's really, really you.
Your Highness.
How did you get here? This all feels like a dream.
It's alright, it's alright.
Please don't tell me it is. I don't think my heart could handle the disappointment.
I'm real. I have a corporeal
It's
form.
really me. I'm so glad you're safe. I'm so sorry that you had to go through all of this. If I hadn't been so weak and careless, none of this would have happened.
You mustn't apologize. Simply being able to see you again is more than I could have hoped for.
I'm at least glad they've been treating you well here. I was worried they kept you in a
Must
cell.
have been really lonely. I'm here for you now, though. I might not be the most reliable person for the job, but I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah. All good now. So, that only leaves the question of where
So
Elise
that's
is
what you've
then.
been doing all this time?
We got all Class 7 reunited.
Yeah. I was happy all of us were able to get back together again, but then yesterday, I ended up being invited onto the ship by Duke Cayenne. That's why I'm here, talking to you.
I do recall thinking things were a little noisier than usual yesterday. Now I know why. Strange as it may sound, I suppose I owe the Duke my thanks. After all, if not for his invitation, we wouldn't have been able to find each other like this.
Sorry. I wish I could say I'd snuck on board to rescue you or something.
Where's Elise? She's not here.
Incidentally, I hesitate to ask, but
You want to know where Elise is, right?
Of course I do.
She's not on this ship, I'm afraid. I can't say for sure, but I believe she's been taken to the same place as my parents.
Are you talking about Valflame?
Really?
Valflame Palace?
I'm sure it isn't news to you that my mother, father, and Cedric have been imprisoned somewhere. And apparently, they've chosen Elise to be my family's attendant. So it's likely wherever they've been taken, she's right there with them.
Well, If she's with the Imperial family, then at least there's a good chance she's probably safe, right?
Really? I'm not sure whether to feel relieved or what.
I can hardly blame you. I feel exactly the same way, even.
It sucks that she's trapped and captured, but at the very least, they're probably not going to harm her, considering she's with the Imperial family.
But why were you alone imprisoned on this airship?
You said something about Duke giving you an invitation?
Surely there must be some reason.
That was Duke Cayenne's decision. I believe he's using me to suppress potential rebellion in areas occupied by the Alliance, by having me address the people and calm them down.
Forgive me for saying so, but that's a little messed up. Using you like that.
I don't especially mind doing it, honestly. It's a simple enough task. People all across Erebonia are uneasy about this war. And as princess, I should do what's within my power to help calm their nerves.
But at the expense of your own feelings? I know you want to help, but you can't be happy about being used as the Alliance's puppet to deceive them. Plus, you've been forcibly separated from your family, your best friend. You don't even know where they are.
Yes, but... Oh, why even bother? You see through everything, don't you, Anyway, putting my feelings aside, what do you plan to do now?
Well, considering the fact that we've gotten all the information we want, I think it's time we think about busting out of here.
I presume you don't intend to actually do whatever Duke Cayenne tells you to.
I think our only hope of actually getting out of here is freeing Valimar and flying out of here.
Well... I'm really not sure what to do.
Of course, I don't even know how we begin to get back to Valimar.
The longer this war goes on, the more people will suffer because of it. But even so, I don't feel as though siding with the Noble Alliance is the right course of action. And the same goes for the Imperial Army. I can't in good conscience side with them either.
I see.
There's no real right answer at the moment.
There's so much to think about. You're being used as a puppet against your will? And then Elise is imprisoned somewhere too, being forced to do who knows what. I have to act somehow to change things.
That wasn't your fault, Reen.
Doesn't matter.
Ever since I was taken in by my family all those years ago, I've tried to be a brother figure to her. I became the person I am today because of them. They've always loved me like they would a real son. And she's always treated me like a real older brother. You saw that power of mine, didn't you? And what I look like when I use it?
Well, yes, I did.
Back when I was a kid, something just like that happened. I ended up using it right there in front of her. She should have been terrified of me. But if she was, she never once let it show. She treated me exactly the same as before.
The demon inside of Rain.
And that was when I swore, deep within my heart, no matter what happened, no matter what I had to do, I would always protect her. And that's why I can't help but wonder. I can't help but wonder if now's the time to live up to that promise. If I should put her before everything else. Even if I have to ignore or outright betray my own personal beliefs in the process.
Reen. As your honorary little sister, I order you to get a hold of yourself.
Excuse you?
What?
Honorary little sister.
Your Highness.
I know Elise far better than you think I do. In fact, I'd even go as far as to say I know her better than you. Reen, she's already told me so much about what happened 8 years ago. She told me about how that snowy day was what inspired you to take up the sword. She told me how traumatic that moment was for you. How what happened stays with you even now. And she even told me that, while she hated how she felt the tiniest bit happy because of it. Because it meant that your attention, your guilt, and your sense of responsibility were directed towards her and no one else. And she knew more than anyone how selfish that was.
Elise.
She may have had other reasons for choosing to go to Saint Estrella, but her main reason was that she didn't want you to keep feeling guilty because of her, more than anything else. She wanted to free you of your burdens. You should know, when you joined Thor's and were making new friends, and you finally seemed to be moving forward, she felt a little jealous, and even a little lonely at being left behind. but she was so very, very happy for you too. So please, Reen, please don't use Elise to justify not choosing your place in this war. Because I know for a fact, she wants you, of all people, to carve your own path and find true happiness.
Elise.
How could I have been so blind? All this time I thought I was trying to protect her, and it's been the other way around since the start. And that's not just true for her either. Mom, Dad, Master Ka-Fi, all my friends at Thor's, they've been supporting me this whole time. How could I have missed something so obvious? I think I finally understand what I've been lacking inside of me all this time. I was so focused on trying to protect others, I never stopped to think about how relationships go both ways. Others try to support me, just like I try to support them. And I have as much of an effect on them as they do on me. How did I not realize before now? I'm sorry, Master. I think you gave me that intermediate scroll a bit too soon. But better to realize late than never, I suppose.
What's this like?
Because now I finally feel like I'm ready. As long as I keep that fact in mind, I won't lose control again.
What? What's this? Reen has attained a new state of mind. He's now ready to use a new craft, Spirit Unification, when the time comes. Spirit Unification? What is this?
Are you alright?
Yeah, thanks.
I'm fine. And I've got you to thank for that. Forget honorary. You sounded just like my real sister for a minute. So, thank you.
So,
I think it's time we get going.
time to get out of
I
here.
wouldn't want to keep my classmates waiting any longer than I already have.
Time to find a way back to Ymir.
You're right.
And I'm probably gonna try and drag you with me.
I was rather hoping we could stay like this a little while longer. But I suppose all good things have to come to an end. Take care of yourself, Reen. I'll leave Elise's rescue to you. No matter what it takes, please.
Did I say it myself?
Why are you shaking your head?
I'm bringing you with me.
I said it's time we get going, didn't I?
Get ready.
There's no way I'm leaving my sister's best friend imprisoned in a place like this. I will get the two of us off this ship. So stay close to me.
Get ready.
Right.
Time to evacuate. Spirit Unification. Princess Alphen has joined the party.
So, do you have an escape plan?
Valimar, the Ashen Knight, is on the deck. He's chained up there. But if we can get to him, I'm sure we can find some way to use him to get away from here. First, though, we need to find a way to get out of this part of the ship without anyone noticing.
Alright then. I never imagined I'd be running away from here with you at my side. Elise is going to be so envious.
Anyway, let's get going.
Oh, look at her. You don't have any moves. Spirit Unification is not available here. It did say when the time is right, we'll be able to use it. Curious what it is, though. Pandora. Seraph. Heal, Heat Up, Airstrike R, Impassion, EP Cut. Just making sure. Whoops. I wonder what Spirit Unification does, though.
There are a lot of very strong people here, so try to keep your voice down.
Not to worry.
Blue Blanc's gone. Doesn't go over here. Ah, vent.
This looks like...
Vent duct.
Thought so. It's a vent.
Well, that's convenient. Might it lead to somewhere else on the ship, you think?
Most likely. Still, I can't very well ask a princess to crawl through a vent.
Nonsense, Reen. Of course you can. I'm ready to begin our great escape.
Then get
It's
ready.
going to be all dark inside, and probably filthy too.
A little bit of darkness and dirt never hurt anyone. I had to travel through some fairly narrow underground passages when escaping from Heimdall, too. All right? How about I go first? I'm smaller than you, after all.
No.
No, definitely not. Well, as long as you're all right with it. But I'll be going first. Like I said before, just stay close to me.
All right, then.
You'd think a princess would be more mindful when she's wearing a dress.
Thanks, game. Let's go.
I'm surprised. It's not
Maybe it's
dirty at
because
all
the
in
ship's
here.
newly built?
Oh, there's a corner.
We must be past the guest area then. Looks like we're in the clear for that part of the ship at least.
My, that was intense. It's like I've stepped right into the world of one of those spy novels that are so popular these days.
Thank you, Alphen.
Anyway, here's hoping we can make it to the deck without getting caught.
I think that's too much
What
to
is
ask
it?
for.
Soldiers are coming this way. Keep a safe distance and let me handle this.
Hello!
It feels like the closest thing we have to someone ordinary around here is that kid. It's pretty nerve-wracking having to be around them all.
I just wish I could get to see Princess Alphen in person.
Oh.
Well, you get your lucky day.
Too late.
Good luck, Green!
Here I go.
Truck slash.
Right!
She can't attack, but she can use arts.
My turn.
Gladly!
Okay.
Perish.
Oh, they're strong.
Are you all right, Your Highness?
Yes, I'm fine. Thanks to you, of course. Let's be going. I'll be
good.
Oops. Here we go. Can't turn back now. Nope.
Gladly!
You can't even attack with her. Or with... Yeah, you can.
Bring it on. My turn.
I should say.
Now's our chance.
Wait, how do you do a link attack?
It's my turn.
My turn. Now's our chance.
Oh, you just use win.
We'll cut our own.
Are they mechanical
They're
monsters?
called archaisms.
There's a chest in here. Celestial bomb.
I don't suppose that escaping through the windows would be an option.
You want to die?
We'll have to do this the long way.
Ooh, a chest. What could be inside?
Oh, hi.
Here I go.
Right.
No way of hitting both.
My turn. Let's move.
Gladly.
My turn.
Right. That wraps things up.
Why is your health so low?
There they are! Recover the princess!
Whew.
Out of the way.
2 soldiers, 1 military monster. Shouldn't be a problem. Stay back, please.
Right.
Bring it on! Let's move!
Right! It's my turn!
Perish.
That wraps things up.
I'm shocked how skilled you are with arts.
You are? You're so sweet.
If only you had a freaking weapon. Skill bomb. Keep it charged.
Let's move!
You miss.
My turn! That's pretty good.
Right!
My turn!
I thought I missed. Thanks for level up. Oh there!
Bring it on! My turn! We'll cut our own path.
Oh, look! A staircase!
Hopefully this will lead to the deck.
Oh boy.
How did you get ahead of us?
Ha ha! I'll freely admit I wasn't actually expecting you to join the Alliance, but not even in my wildest dreams did I imagine you'd try to flee the ship with our dearest princess.
You are too short-sighted.
You're a bold one, I'll give you that.
I wasn't expecting to run into either of you on the way out either. You guys aren't called the Phantom Thief and Duvalie the Swift for nothing.
Trying to praise us won't get us to let you pass.
Ha ha! Princess Alfin is one of this nation's most precious treasure. You surely couldn't have thought that I, the Phantom Thief, would allow you to steal her from us, could you?
I'm not being stolen by anyone. If anything, I was the one who whispered sweet nothings into his ear and tempted him to run away with me.
Oh my! What a passionate young lady you are. Forgive me for being so presumptuous. You've no doubt taken after your brother in more ways than one.
Oh god.
I'd like to believe that I'm not quite the oddball he is.
You're kind of close.
I couldn't agree more with his belief that love is the truest form of beauty, however.
You might be spot on to say.
Really now?
Why is it that...
You're actually hitting it off.
Stop it. Duvalie, help.
That's enough messing around for one day.
Thank you.
You're an enforcer, Blue Blanc. Take your work seriously and behave!
Ha ha! I think the number of enforcers who take things seriously are in the minority, I'm afraid.
Duvalie, I hate to break it to you, but I think he's right.
Still, you're right about us having played around for long enough.
Oh boy, this is gonna be
I
tough.
find the many mysteries surrounding you fascinating, but there's a certain appeal to them remaining forever unsolved, too.
Oh god. It's not gonna be easy taking on two of you.
Yourself a swordsman, but allow me to show you how little you truly know.
It was hard enough doing this with teammates.
Are you sure you can do this?
I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. The gap in skill between us is small enough that I should be able to force our way through.
Oh?
Small? The difference in our strength is like night and day, you boor. And if you're foolish enough to be unable to see that, then allow me to make you realize your folly and pay for your arrogance.
The one being foolish and arrogant is you.
Control it.
My.
Reen?
Control it.
I owe me being able to do this to you, Your Highness. You and Elise. No. Everyone who's done anything to aid us in coming this far deserves thanks.
I can control it now. Let's do it! This time,
What's happened to him?
it's in control.
Could this be your ogre power?
You are nothing to me.
8 leaves, 1 blade school, intermediate level. I, Reen Schwarzer, will be your opponent.
Come to me.
I will enjoy this.
This is his ogre power?
Here we go.
Unleashing the ogre, then. Blue block.
Yeah!
Portion number 10.
Come, my
Minion appear.
Let's move.
I hope you two realize you're not going to get much to do once I'm done scanning.
Gather on my blade.
Fire. Burn!
Have some of these.
Magic knives. Resist.
My turn.
Fatal Autumn Leaf Cutter, Fatal Arc Slash, Arcane Gale, and Fatal Flame Impact. Fatal.
What?
Miss.
Here we go.
What?
Here we go. There.
Autumn Leaf Cutter. So, you want to keep fighting?
How can this be happening? What is he?
Ha ha ha! Splendid! Simply splendid! So you finally conquered your power and made it your own, did you? You continue to fascinate me, Reen.
Reen,
Forgive me, Your Highness.
what for?
We're getting out of here, I think. See ya!
Goodness!
Wait just a damn minute!
See ya!
Whoa, what's going on here?
I don't know, but I don't think it's worth us chasing after them.
Come on!
We'll make our way directly to the deck. Are you all right, Your Highness?
Yes, perfectly. My heart just feels as if it's about to burst.
That doesn't sound very fine.
Come on, is now really the time to be flirting with each other?
I had a feeling it'd be Crow that'd stop us. Or no, it's It's you two.
You're here too.
You got some real guts, kiddo, but you ain't getting past us.
Zephyr's guard shall not be easily broken.
You want to bet about that? See ya! Want to bet?
Looks like he's picked up a few tricks from our fee.
The targets have broken our line of defense. Commencing pursuit.
I like to see you try and catch. Crow's probably gonna be the one that tried to stop us,
I'm
though.
sorry about that, Your Highness.
I'm fine. Don't worry about me. But, can I hold on to you a little tighter?
Of course.
Altina.
Targets in sight. Commencing capture. My suspicions outlining you as an indecent person seem to have been confirmed.
Can you not make me out to be some kind of pervert all the time, please?
See ya! Back off!
Target lost. I may have underestimated you, Reen Schwarzer, in more ways than one.
I can control it.
I'm so sorry, Your Highness. I didn't really have any choice but to do that. I realize that's no excuse.
I
you didn't, but she seemed even younger than me. How could you, Reen? That truly is indecent.
Oh, for God's sakes, now's not the time.
Try not to pay any attention to what she says about me.
Who's next?
There's the exit.
Don't change the subject.
You want to chastise me? Do it when we're out of here. Balmor, we just need to free him and we're good.
That's the Ashen Knight? Isn't that...
Crow and McBurn.
Crow? And...
I don't even think this power's gonna be able to take him, but sure shit gotta try.
Huh. So that's how it manifests for you.
It's a feeling.
You finally mastered that power you got, huh? Still, you're one busy guy, you know that? One minute you're down in the dumps, the next, you've got one of the cutest girls in the country cheering you up.
Back off, Crow.
Well, I can't deny it, but she wasn't the only one. There was my sister, my classmates, even you, in a sense.
Come on. Can't say I'm not curious to see what that power of yours can do. But I think you get priority here, right?
Yeah, let me have this one.
You wanna fight, Crow? Let's do it then.
Your Highness, if you don't mind.
Alright.
Whoever wins this fight, if you win, I'll stay. I win, I leave. And so does
This is your first time fighting me without the mask on, I think. With our Divine Knights, I come out on top.
But what about physical strength?
But let's see who wins when it's just the two of us.
Sounds good to me. You managed to win against 3 of us at once in the catacombs below Heimdall. But it's just you and me now. And this time, I'll be the victor.
Go ahead and try.
Let's end this. Come on, Crow. Come here!
Alright, you ready, Reen?
As ready as I'll ever be, buddy. Crow armbrust. Leader of the Imperial Liberation Front, wields a double saber from the Dark Ages with great skill. Blade throw.
Let's move.
Gale's perfected essence. Powerful downward slash.
Burn to ash.
Shadow.
Let's move.
Arc slash.
Let's move. Let's move. Let's move. My turn.
Arc slash.
Let's move. Yeah. Let's move. My turn.
Too easy. Sit.
Here I go.
For middle edge.
Eat this.
Let's move. My turn. Here I go.
Arc slash.
My turn. That's pretty good. Let's move.
Deadly Claw.
Your demise. Deadly Cross.
Not a chance.
My turn.
I can do it too.
Gather on my blade.
Burn for me.
Not bad.
My turn. Yeah.
Terminal edge.
Eat this.
You missed.
Let's move. Let's move. My turn.
Arc slash.
Let's move. Here we go.
You're done.
Damn.
That's what I can really do.
Stay away, Crow. Gale EX. So. Looks like I win in terms of physical strength.
Huh. You actually did it. I sure wasn't expecting you to beat me one-on-one.
You fought pretty well yourself. Couldn't have been easy to last as long as you did against me like this.
Crap. It's not permanent.
Reen!
I can't control it forever.
Why did this have to happen now?
Guess your luck ran out.
We finally caught up to you.
Now's bad.
Well, aren't you, Mr. Popular?
But I think you may have been slightly too reckless this time.
I need to get out of here. Please.
That wasn't a bad fight. Even if you lost, at least you tried, I guess.
Your Highness, please move away from me.
Hey, don't be too rough with...
Look sharp.
Huh? The Courageous!
Crimson Wings?
Oh, guys! Yes! Now it's even.
What are you all?
Sorry for the wait, Reen.
Guys!
Yo, we're here to save the day.
You caught us all off guard back in Ymir.
So this time we opted to take the initiative ourselves.
Thanks. And that must mean yours are there on the Courageous as well.
We meet again, severing chains. And I see you brought the purple lightning with you.
She brought more than that. Check out the Icy Maiden and that big shot arts user from the Bracer Guild.
We
Guys.
couldn't ask for a more impressive one. However,
Here it comes again.
Huh? Who? Our side! Yeah! Now you're screwed.
Your lordship.
Uncle Victor!
Victor S. our side.
It's good to see you again, Rain. And it relieves me to see you're none the worse for wear, Your Highness.
Ugh! Radiant Blade Master is here too?
Huh. You're strong. Very strong.
That's quite the nod, coming from the Blazing Demon himself.
Blazing Demon.
I can see now why you're considered one of the fiercest in Ouroboros.
He is number one.
Why some even claim you to be the Steel Maiden's equal.
Really?
Well, I know who I'm gonna be fighting.
Don't you go forgetting about us now.
Yeah!
You're all here too?
Everyone!
Are you okay, Reen?
Absolutely.
Looks like we've landed in the middle of something pretty crazy.
And not a moment too soon.
Heck yeah!
You came!
Glad to see you're all right.
Olivier! Nah, he's Olivier,
You
not
certainly
Oliver.
seem to have kept yourself busy. Enjoying your scandalous elopement with Reen, are you?
Olivier.
He gave me the time of my life.
You guys were having that much fun, huh?
I swear to God.
Princess Reen.
To think we were so worried about you.
Machias, I swear to God, you're the worst.
So this is what you threw me out of Valimar for? Doesn't look very fun.
That crow.
Crow, you're here.
It feels like it's been ages since we last saw you.
You're looking spiffy, Crow.
I'm hanging in there. Sure wasn't expecting all of you to show up, though. How are we even gonna settle this?
That is the question, isn't it?
I'd roughly estimate both sides to be of equal strength.
Considering we don't all want fatalities today, how about we just leave?
Yeah? So we'd probably just end up at a stalemate, huh?
Oh, doesn't sound like much fun at all. Let's say we just forego the fighting and have ourselves a party instead.
I could never turn down a party.
Olivia and Blue Blanc on the same level.
Simply wonderful.
I'll bring the booze.
Why are all you guys okay with this?
No! Can't one of you take this a little more seriously?
Oh, come on.
This is getting us nowhere.
Huh? Bird? What? You.
Look who decided to show up.
Well, of course, you couldn't resist yourself.
Vita!
What do you want?
Welcome aboard the Pantagruel, Emma. Your overall ability as a witch might still be lacking, but that transportation spell was exceptional.
So that's how you guys have been moving.
I must apologize for the untimely intrusion. As displeased as a few of you might be by the idea, I think it best if we let one another peacefully go our separate ways this time.
Oh, really?
I'll be the one who bears the brunt of Duke Cayenne's anger.
Vita.
Why?
Can't say I understand why we should.
It's not our place to question the orders of our clients.
Whatever. Gives me something to look forward to later.
Looks like we win this time. Technically. I'll count this as a win. Valamar's with us too. Alright, the rest of you I assume will take the Courageous, and I'll take Valamar. Farewell. Oh, you gonna try and join in? What exactly you joining in here?
Okay, see ya, Fee.
Next time we meet, it will be as enemies.
Yep, I know.
Aww, I was kind of hoping we'd be able to talk some more.
I knew we would have to be separated from these people for long.
I expect we will have multiple opportunities to do so in the near future.
Stay safe, Ultino, Sammy.
Well, catch you later, Phantom Thief.
Or not. You do know that no one likes your stupid pranks, right?
Why not? I'm always the best part of every game in my side quest.
Tut! There's no need to be so harsh. It's a shame we couldn't resume our debate on the nature of beauty this time, my most worthy rival.
Oh, Olivia, my best friend.
I could wax eloquent about beauty till I'm old and gray, but honestly, I think it's about time we settled things between us.
Next time we meet, Radiant Blade Master and his daughter, it will be to battle.
Well, I certainly have no objection to that.
You seem to bear some manner of ill will against my household. I don't know your reasons.
I'm gonna be real with you, Duvley. You don't stand a single chance against the Viscount.
But should we be granted the opportunity, I would gladly settle things with you in battle.
You would get melted by the Viscount.
Yes, well, let's not be too
Yeah.
I can wait.
Haha. Crow. Any last words before we leave?
Guess that wraps things up for now. You've definitely grown, but you've still got plenty of room for improvement, especially when it comes to piloting Valamar.
No denying.
So unless you're up for another beatdown, I suggest you get to work on fixing that.
We will.
Yeah, I know. Oh, and just to confirm, you were the one who told Toval where I was, right?
I had a feeling. You still care about us some way.
2 days ago, I got a call out of nowhere on my Arcus. They gave me this crazy amount of detail on exactly where to find you, then they just hung up. Didn't even say who they were.
I had a feeling it was Crow. He did still care about us for some reason, it seems.
Oh, now that you mention it, he does have the same voice as that mystery caller.
So you were the one who wanted us to be safe.
I did think he sounded familiar. That must have been because I'd heard it during your concert at the festival.
So you do still care about us.
Damn, looks like the jig is up.
You really did that?
Thanks, Crow.
Oh, Crow. There's no shame in admitting that you care, you know.
One day we'll get you back.
And if I might be so bold as to offer a word of advice, get Valamar a better sword, one like yours. If you think you're such hot stuff you can beat me without your 8 leaves training, you're in for a world of hurt.
Sounds good. sword like ours.
Is indeed paramount.
Can we get a sword like Rean's?
Selecting one the Awakener is well suited to will increase combat efficiency exponentially.
I can't pretend to know much about this kind of thing.
He's right. Eastern blades like my Tachi are the heart and soul of the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade style swordsmanship.
So if we could get a sword like Rean's for Valimar, we could perfectly be in tune.
All right, I'll take your advice.
Thanks, Crow.
And when I've got myself one, I'll finally take everything back. The Academy, Elise, and even you, Crow.
So get ready, buddy. You'll come back to us.
If that's how you want it, I'd like to see you try.
Get ready for the being of a lifetime. Because there's no escaping it for you. Back we go. Whee! Nice. Well.
Courageous, full speed ahead.
Commence retreat from this airspace.
Wait, wait, was that George? That voice sounded familiar. Was that George? If that was George and Toa. Is George and Toa on the Courageous? Intermission. Aboard the Pantagruel. End. Does that mean Toa's also on this? And maybe even Angelica, potentially. But that sounded like George's voice. Anyways, mind explaining where you were, Olivier and Viscount? Well, we at least have a nice place to store Valimar now.
If that is all, I will return to a state of inactivity.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks for all you've done, Valimar. I'll be counting on you if anything else comes up.
Acknowledged. Prepare yourself for your next encounter with the Azure Knight, my Awakener.
Don't worry, I will. We lost last time, but I know that's not all I'm capable of. As long as we're all together, I know I can get stronger.
I eagerly await your results.
Thanks, buddy.
Looks like he went to sleep.
So, this is what the Great Ashen Knight looks like up close, huh?
Good to see you again, Olivier.
I've heard all manner of rumor about it, but I never expected I'd stand in the presence of a legend.
By the way, where the hell?
I can't possibly begin to thank you enough. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't come to my aid. Thank you. Really. And that goes for everyone else, too.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for coming to rescue me, guys.
We're just happy you're okay.
Just don't scare us like that again, all right?
All right.
True. We were all on edge waiting for you to get back.
And yet you somehow managed to come out unscathed with Her Highness in tow.
Hey, you can't say that what I did was a bad idea considering I got Alphen back.
You make it sound like it was easy. Well, easy or not, it was worth going on board. I got plenty of useful info out of it.
I also was able to control this ogre thing.
Funny enough, I'd say their invitation worked to my benefit more than theirs.
Strangely, yeah.
I guess there's no harm in looking at the positives now that all's said and done.
Look at you, acting mature and all grown up. Brings a tear to my eye.
Thank you, Tovel.
Looks like we have some catching up to do.
I'd like to follow Reen's lead and extend my thanks to each of you as well. Thank you, all of you. And, dear brother, it's a relief to see you safe and sound.
Yay!
Though I never pictured my great escape would end with you in this airship of all things.
We did time our appearance fabulously, if I do say so myself. My only regret is that we weren't able to blow in with a storm of rose petals when we boarded them.
Thank you, Olivier.
Perhaps I should have asked Emma to look into the feasibility of making such a magnificent entrance.
Olivier, slap him. You still got the fan, right?
Man, that would have been so cool.
Well, it's probably not impossible.
Do not entertain this man.
Now you're just being silly.
Sounds about right for our prince.
Well, at the very least, I'd say we're clear of any immediate danger. And given this opportunity, I'd like to sit down with you to discuss our situation and exchange any pertinent information. But first, I think we have a few more reunions to celebrate.
I heard them.
Reen!
Toa! George! Toa! George!
Toa!
George! I thought I heard your voices when we started flying away from the Pantagruel. So you were on board too?
So this is where you guys have been.
You bet. Good to see you, Rain.
Yay! Toa Herschel. Yippee!
It's really you. You're really okay. No sooner had we found out that you were still alive, we got told you had been taken by the Alliance.
May I ask how many people have rammed themselves into Reen?
We've been so worried about you.
I'm a real troublemaker, aren't I? Sorry, Toa. But I'm glad to see you and George made it out okay. Everything I've said to you has been at the back of my mind ever since we parted ways in Trista.
I'm glad you're
It's kept me going
okay.
every step of the way. So, thank you.
Oh. You remembered. You promised me you wouldn't die. And you didn't.
I can't die that easily.
We still need to work on that one. But I know you're not the kind of guy who'd go back on his word.
See? Rain's a guy you can count on.
George! George Gnome.
Nice to see you're holding up okay. Still can't believe you made it through all that fighting in Trista in one piece, but... Well, here you are.
Good to see you again, George. But how'd you two end up on the Courageous to begin with?
We'll bring you up to speed once we all sit down for our meeting. There's a conference room on one of the upper floors. We can meet there when you're ready.
Sounds good.
The Courageous began its independent operations right before Heimdall was first occupied. I realized what the Alliance was planning, so I gathered a skeleton crew, met with Viscount Arcade, and we hurried straight to Trista, where we found your classmates locked in combat with the Azure Knight.
Yeah.
I see.
So what happened to you guys after that?
That explains why you were in Trista.
I shudder to think what would have happened if not for the Courageous's timely appearance. What have you been doing since then, Father? I hadn't heard anything about your whereabouts until now.
Eventually, we were able to shake off the Azure Knight's pursuit.
Really?
And we've been traveling around the country ever since, preparing to find you and take you on board.
George and I haven't been here long. The
Really?
principal managed to get in touch with the Courageous without anyone noticing and sent us here.
Really?
Did?
I hope he's still alright.
Well, at least it's good to know he's still alive.
By the way, what happened to Major Vander?
Where is Mueller?
You two are always joined at the hip.
This is wrong without Mueller.
Alas, he is currently indisposed. His military obligations have him heading up the 7th Armored Division in Western Erebonian. They're working with your former instructor, Major Neidhart, as well.
With him too? So he's over in the West now.
Huh. I should have known the 4th Armored Division's ace wouldn't get his ass kicked so easily.
Oh, right. Dad said he'd heard from him too, remember?
Still, the west side of the country contains Marquis Hyarm's Sutherland province, along with Duke Cayenne's Lemaire province. The fighting there would no doubt be even more fierce than it is here in eastern Erebonia.
Correct. A large percentage of the Imperial Army's military strength still remains intact. But the Noble Alliance forces' constant attacks have put them at a disadvantage. On top of that, a number of townships in the region have been caught in the crossfire and suffered great losses.
That's terrible.
I'd heard as much, but it still pisses me off to hear it.
With the 3rd and 4th Armored Divisions occupied on the eastern side of the country, one can only assume the Noble Alliance intends to use that as an opportunity to crush the forces in the west.
Yeah, but they're not stupid. I bet the army in the west is putting up a pretty good fight by themselves.
It's too early to call things just yet.
An astute assessment. The situation in the Western Theater could change at a moment's notice.
Right. But that means we're uncertain what course to pursue now. And having said that, we have a question to pose to all of you. The question, really.
I see.
With the whole of the Empire caught in the throes of civil war,
What's our role in that?
what exactly do all of you intend to do from here on out?
Us?
We were in the midst of discussing that when Reen was taken to the Pantagruel, in fact.
Well, now that we've got more people to discuss it with, it's gonna be easier, I think, as well as the information I gained.
This is a full-on war, and our fellow Erebonian countrymen stand on both sides. No one here is delusional enough to think that a group of students like us are capable of stopping it by ourselves. Still, during our field studies, we found ourselves up against the problems this nation faces again and again. And because we have that experience, I believe there's a place for us to change things in all this. A part only we can play. We may not be able to compete head-on with the Alliance, but together, we can move things in the right direction for Erebonia as a whole.
That was wonderful, Reen.
Still, we aren't all gathered here for the same reasons.
Yeah.
Be it rescuing Elise or settling things with Crow, we've all got something that we personally want to accomplish. But accomplishing those things won't be possible with the situation as it stands. And that's why, no matter how stacked the odds are against us, or how fierce the fighting becomes, we want to put everything we have into making all the difference we possibly can, in whatever way we can. I think I speak for everyone in Class 7 when I say that.
You bet.
I agree completely.
We may all come from different walks of life, but this time, that can work for us.
Exactly. We have something no one else does, and because of that, we can do things no one else can.
Yeah.
And what kind of class would we be if we didn't take advantage of that to protect the people and things we love?
As well as find our own answers to the questions we have looming over us.
As Reen said, however big or small it is in the long run, we have a place in this war, and we have every intention of following it.
Sounds like it'll be a pain, though.
No biggie. We're Class 7. Throw in a few of Reen's trademark speeches and we're raring to go.
That's the spirit.
Look at you kids.
You all sound like you've really thought long and hard about this.
That's the Class 7 I'm proud to serve.
Hmm.
And you guys aren't the only ones who feel that way. Everyone at Thor's has something to bring to the table. Remember the Academy's motto? Arise, O youth, and become the foundation of the world.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That was what Principal Van Dyke said to us at the welcoming ceremony.
Yeah.
The words of Dreikel's the Lionheart serve to inspire us to this day, it would seem.
Of course. They ring as true as ever.
It's like you didn't even have to think about it. You guys just knew.
Yeah, you should be proud of yourselves. And it's true that Thor students are scattered all over the country right now. But I'm sure that each and every one of them are fighting too. And they feel the exact same way that you guys do.
Yeah. I understand, Your Highness.
Indeed. I figured you would have already given it some thought, but I wasn't expecting such a stirring conviction. But I think this at least settles the matter of what course to take. If you would do the honors, Captain.
As you wish. We're about to do something neither side would ever expect us to do. We're going to entrust this ship to you. From here on out, the Courageous is yours to command as you see fit.
It's our ship.
What?
Thank you, Elliot.
Father, would you mind elaborating?
Elliot, that was great. Thank you.
It means exactly what it sounds like. The operation of this ship will be left entirely to your discretion. I imagine your journey to make a difference in this war needs a home base to begin from.
So I guess we're no longer making Ymir our home base. This is our home base.
Well, yes, but
then what will you do?
Yeah.
We plan to disembark and make our way to the western provinces. Once there, we'll begin working with the 7th Armored Division and the other neutral forces in the region. The intention is to ensure that as few innocents as possible are harmed by this conflict.
I was actually worried this airship might prove a bit too conspicuous to aid us in pursuing that goal. But with us headed west, we'd be leaving all of eastern Erebonia in your hands.
I see. That does make the most logical sense.
Kinda. If we've got the Courageous, we could give our third faction some real weight. Neither side could afford to ignore us.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure the guild could come up with a plan this wild.
Maybe Estelle and
Fair to
Joshua.
say I've learned a lot from the way the guild's members handle things, yourself included.
Estelle and Joshua.
Oh, and Alphen?
Yes?
I'd like to ask you to remain on board the Courageous as well.
Oh.
This ship is technically the property of the Arner household, fathers in particular. It should give them a certain freedom to act if they have concrete backing from a member of the Imperial family.
I'd be happy to. Henceforth, I, Princess Alphen Rice Arnor, will guarantee the legitimacy of their actions.
Yeah.
So do whatever you see fit to do. You have my full support.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Wow!
We're truly honored to have you with us.
No turning back now.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
We hereby humbly accept custody of the courageous.
We got a ship now.
Please, leave Eastern Erebonia to us.
We'll be counting on you then.
I'm looking forward to toasting your future successes.
On that day, Class 7 was entrusted with the day-to-day running of the Courageous. Viscount Arside and Prince Oliver decided they would disembark near Legram and travel to western Erebonia across the lake. And after receiving the bare minimum of instructions on how to operate the ship, its bright-eyed new owners set course for Ebel Highway. Heck yeah!
I'm leaving you in charge of the Courageous' day-to-day operations. I don't doubt you'll make a fine acting captain.
It would be an honor.
Acting Captain Toa! Yeah! Yeah! Hat. Perfect.
So, how I look?
Wow, it really does suit you.
Yeah, size is just right too.
Fortunately, I had a spare on hand that was a size smaller.
That is quite fortunate. You're kind of like a cute mascot. Like a human Mishi.
Perhaps we should capitalize on this opportunity with an irresistible line of Captain Toa merchandise.
That sounds like a wonderful idea. Oh, you two are terrible.
Gotta say, that's a nice touch, Toa. Really suits you.
Yep, you definitely look the part of a captain with it. I think things will be just fine in here in our absence.
Yeah, you guys won't be needing us around much longer. So you guys are taking off then?
You'll be disembarking together with Father, yes?
Yeah, it was nice to help out until you guys got back together again, but now that you are, there's no use in me sticking around. With the situation to the west what it is, I've decided to help out over there instead.
I intend to return to commanding the RMP. I believe that's the best way I can contribute to bringing this war to an end.
We understand.
Bye, Mike Claire. If you bump into Lecter somewhere, make sure you say hi to him for me. I'll be sure to do so. I've been entrusted with a number of research tasks by Chairman Irina, as it so happens. So this is farewell for now. That doesn't sound shady at all. But, well, stay safe, alright? Whether you're a member of Ouroboros or not, it'll never change how your family's made. Oh my. I'm touched to hear you say so. Please, my lady, take care of yourself.
Still, let's keep in touch, okay? I'm gonna keep gathering as much info as I can and through the Guild's intelligence network. It's not like Erebonia's the only place where strange stuff's going on now.
True. I'm particularly concerned about what's happening over in Crossville. Anyway, I'll leave that to you. Give my regards to Miles.
You know it. Thanks for everything that you've done for us. I'm sure that we wouldn't have been able to come this far if not for your help. Hey, no need to get all stiff and all of a sudden. You're embarrassing me.
We may be working separately from now on, but I intend to do all I can to aid you in the future. Take care, everyone.
Reen, I'd like you to accept this. I hope that it will prove to be of some use to you in the challenges ahead.
Cerulean Hearts.
Thank you, Captain. You've done so much for us, especially in Ymir. I can't begin to thank you enough for helping to protect my hometown.
You needn't thank me. I just did what I felt was right. I wish you all the best in the future. Not as a member of the RMP, but as a graduate of Thor's Military Academy.
Yay!
We'll do all that we can to meet your expectations.
Yowza! Things are getting nice and steamy over there, huh?
Milliam.
Oh?
Makia, no!
I feel like I'm losing in the race for most reliable big sister figure all of a sudden.
Thank you,
You get a
Sarah.
gold star for trying.
Well then, it's time we bid you all a fond farewell. Chin up, Alphen. I'm counting on your charm to keep everyone motivated.
May the goddess be with you.
I look forward to the stories you'll have to tell when next we meet, Laura.
Good luck, Father.
Also, apparently I was wrong. You don't get all 3 accessories. You only get 1. Oh well. I thought you got all 3. Oh well. It'll still be helpful. Apparently that accessory we got gives 100% accuracy and 10% critical rate. Would have preferred the other ones, but oh well.
Well, there they go. You think they'll be okay on their own?
Only the goddess herself knows for certain. Still, with some already calling this a second advent of the War of the Lions, I can only hope they make it through unscathed.
Oh, I'm sure they'll all be just fine. They don't bear the symbol of the horned lion for show.
Yes, I suppose you're right. And the same goes for me, too. I can't very well call myself a Thor's alumnus and fail to deliver.
Well, well, are we birds of a feather? Proud Thor's graduates unite. I'll be in touch with them plenty in the coming weeks, so don't worry. The old guard will do as it must to keep watch over the young and vigilant. Speaking of the old guard, Chancellor Osborne was also a Thor's graduate, was he not?
Oh.
Yes, he was.
Sorry to say, I can't picture it.
Neither can I.
Was he now?
He and I may have had our differences, but I still feel a certain loss with his passing. I'd like to express my condolences to you while I have the chance.
I'm afraid I never had the chance to truly get to know him, but there's no doubt in my mind that he was one of the greatest men of our time.
Thank you.
Still, it must be tough for you with Heimdall under the Alliance's thumb. Were you able to find out where his funeral was held?
Actually...
He's alive, isn't he?
Captain?
Is something amiss?
It's just that I received a strange report on that very issue. I was told his body was taken into the custody of the Imperial Guardsmen when the city was occupied. But then after that, it simply disappeared at some point.
He's alive.
Disappeared, you say?
Is it possible the reformist faction could have taken it from them?
I'm afraid I don't know. It is possible that the intelligence division did something to that effect.
A disappearing corpse is certainly cause for concern.
That shot didn't kill him. Probably put him close, but I don't think it killed him.
It's difficult not to draw parallels with the Lance Maiden's sudden death following the War of the Lions.
Unbelievable. I'm almost impressed how much trouble one man can stir up, even from beyond the grave.
Assuming he is in the grave.
He had so many plots in motion. I doubt even his death put a stop to them all.
15. Touring Erebonia. We get a ship. Heck yeah. Yeah. Look at Toe.
No change in weather or wind direction since entering Kreutzen provincial airspace.
We are currently cruising at a speed of 3,000 SPH. Nothing abnormal detected on the radar thus far.
Heck yeah.
Detour around the Twin Dragons Bridge, staying within the clouds. Take extra care that we aren't noticed by the Noble Alliance's surveillance.
Yes, ma'am. Wow. She's a real natural at this.
Yeah. It's hard to believe she's only been in the position for a day.
Indeed. She has proved a worthy captain in Father's place.
As if anyone could fit the role better than our student council president.
She still looks like a mascot character, though.
That's just one of her many charms.
Yeah, and besides, I can feel at ease knowing she's in charge.
Yeah.
So, today's the day we start our journey anew, right?
Yep.
Right. We settled what we'll be doing last night. Now all that remains is to do it.
Previous day.
Well, Toa and George should be able to handle the day-to-day running of the ship, so that's out of the way. And whatever we decide, it's not like we're going to be able to do anything major today. Still, I think it's time we start hammering down exactly what we're going to be doing from tomorrow onward.
In theory, the Courageous gives us the ability to fly around the whole country with ease. But, in reality, the Noble Alliance has control over most of Erebonia, so we're limited in where we can actually go.
Yeah, we don't want to risk getting too close to Alliance territory. We'd run the risk of being captured, or even worse, being shot down.
It's sad to think how we barely have anywhere we can land with an amazing airship like this at our disposal.
Care to share your thoughts on this, instructor?
Oh, you kids can just do whatever you want.
I lost the will to put in any effort after Captain Classy got off.
Thanks, instructor. It's nice to
You
see her as
slacker.
useless as ever.
I'm pleased that you think so highly of my father, but
Maybe Laura can hook you up with a one-on-one lecture on the Arcade School of Courtsmanship, if you know what I'm saying.
Thank you, Milliam.
I was kidding. In all seriousness, if you need more people fighting in whatever you end up doing, I'll be happy to help you out. Just don't forget that the Courageous was entrusted to you kids, not to me. If you want my advice, then you got it. But you need to be able to make all the important decisions on your own.
All right, all right.
Of course.
You almost sound like an instructor for once.
Getting back to the matter at hand, we don't need to decide everything right at this moment. What say you to figuring out how and what for now?
Come again?
I assume what would be our overall goal. Something realistic that we can all work together towards. And the how would be a basic idea on how we intend to achieve it.
Uh-huh. It's a little trick we use in the student council. It's easier to get motivated when you have a specific goal in mind.
Fair enough.
You guys were doing the same kind of thing in the weeks before the Academy Festival, remember? The concert was what you were working toward, and all your other planning was how you intended to pull it off.
I see. That makes sense.
So what do we want first?
We did spend a lot of time before and during the festival working out all the details, come to think of it.
Not to mention taking care of the things we couldn't plan, like the strange stuff at the old schoolhouse.
we were coordinating with all of the other classes and clubs at the same time.
When you break it down step by step, we did so much without even realizing it. And we may have our own personal goals right now, but if we can wrap those up into one overarching goal, it won't seem half as much.
How about making it something related to the Academy itself, then?
Okay.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Do we change? Do we save the
I
academy?
wonder what's happening there.
We gotta retake Thors eventually.
Toa, George, the Academy is currently under the Noble Alliance's control, right?
So should we try and get it back under ours?
That's right. The staff and students who are there are doing what they can, but
As you know, during the attack, a lot of the students managed to flee Trista and are now scattered across the country.
Oh, can we maybe gather them together?
Most of the upper class students chose to stick it out, though. They've got no reason to fear the Alliance, being nobles and all.
All right, then. I think our what should be taking back the Academy.
That sounds good to me. The Courageous will serve as a good means of transport, but we'll need a proper base sooner or later.
Yeah.
But with it, we can get a better look at the current state of things in Erebonia and try to reach out to those who are in need.
And whatever information we learn along the way could bring us that much closer to liberating the Academy.
Can't see taking it back going that smoothly, though.
No doubt. It's near the capital, so its defenses are gonna be rock solid.
Still, I like it. What goal is more worthy of us than reclaiming something we hold so dear?
Exactly.
Indeed. Regardless of personal motivations, I can't think of an objective more fitting to us as a group.
And if we actually manage to achieve it, the sky's the limit for us.
Exactly.
I'm genuinely moved by your positivity.
Well, their optimism is probably their strongest point.
We were thinking of something along the same lines, in fact, so it works out. And hey, if we all thought about it, what's to stop the others from Thors from thinking it too? So if you happen to bump into anyone who escaped from the Academy, why not go and ask them to join us?
Okay.
I'm not saying it has to be your primary focus or anything, but the more people we have on our side, the better.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. We'll be sure to keep an eye out.
We have about the bare minimum crew we need to fly at the moment, but it's not like this is their full-time job. I'm sure our current staff won't be here forever, so we're gonna need a few extra hands on board at some point. Ideally, we could have whoever's here now stick around long enough to train anyone we end up recruiting.
I know our numbers are small right now, but the more people we can get on our side, the higher chance we stand of making Trista and the Academy our home again. And I don't know about you, but I get this weird sense of satisfaction knowing that we students are gonna be the ones to do it.
Yeah.
I know the feeling, actually.
Everything works for me.
I'd say that's our how decided, wouldn't you?
Agreed. To wrap all this up, we'll use the Courageous as our base, and as a way to get a good idea of the current state of things in Eastern Erebonia. Along the way, we'll try to recruit as many fellow Thor students to help us out as we can, all for the sake of our primary goal, taking back Thor's military academy.
Yeah. I assume this is when the act's gonna show up. Never mind. Well, I suppose we need to decide next. I suppose what we need to decide next is where we should head first.
Yeah, we don't have many places we can go at the moment. But there's Legram, Ymir, the Nord Highlands. We're able to land at the 4th Armored Division's base too, right? Yeah, I asked Dad about that yesterday, and he's fine with it.
Probably better for us to swing by all of them all of them once, really.
Oh, almost forgot. Prince Oliver sent you a few requests to take care of.
He did?
Oh, joy. The details are all right behind you. Behind us?
Oh god. No, there's an Obel computer here. I've only ever really used one in class.
No need to fear. Technology doesn't bite. Plus, it'll be easier in the long run for you to grab stuff from there. So go on, take a look.
Sure.
Oh, lucky us. These are made by the Epstein Foundation, so they're identical to the ones we use in class. There we go.
Something's popped up. So this is how everything's displayed.
Intelligence Division has some of these too, I think.
Oh boy. Badass in danger. Patery's in trouble. Those damn noble soldiers, damn it. I'll tell you in the gram, okay? Hurry up and get over here. Cargo. Your name's Cargo? Without leave, Lieutenant General Craig, a civilian we had taken into protective custody, has vanished. Would you be willing to offer us a few more sets of eyes as we look for him? Speak with me at the camp for further details. Find our first years. President Toa, I figured out where a few Thor students are, and I know it's important to get them to join us, but I just want to make sure that our first years are safe. You'll be checking on Monica, Mint, Casper, and Vivi. I'm sure they'd all make great additions to the crew. The terminal on the bridge will tell you just where you can find them. Thanks. Monster Madness. Elder Ivan. A large mysterious monster has appeared in the Highlands. We would ordinarily have asked Lacan to take care of it, but he's out on patrol and can't be reached. Would you be willing to defeat it for us in his stead? If so, you can find me talking with Gwyn in the lakeside cabin.
There's one from Nord, one from Legram, and one from Grelly's Proving Ground. Seems we got plenty of work in store for us all over the country.
And how I wish it were my imagination, but I think I saw a depressingly familiar name on one of them as well.
I'm kind of worried about the one Dad sent us.
And I don't think we can ignore that unusual monster that's appeared in Nord either.
Prince Oliver took the time to gather and send all these to us himself? Wow, he managed to do that? He just left for Western Arabonia. He's a guy with plenty of connections, especially through the Bracer Guild. He said he's going to keep finding stuff like this that he thinks you can handle and send them your way. How many you end up doing is up to you, but I recommend taking care of the more urgent ones at least.
Understood. I don't think any of us mind it one bit.
Indeed. It helps bring focus to our goal of touring the region and helping those in need. With that being said, I would assume checking the safety of our fellow Thor students is our top priority. I took the liberty of giving you that one myself. We're slowly getting information on where other Thor students could be. Anytime we find something, we'll update the computer, and who knows, maybe they'll be willing to join us too. How convenient.
I'm suddenly very grateful for those classes. Guess we'll be checking this thing pretty often.
Well, I think that's almost everything. When you decide where you want to go first, let me know, okay? George is hard at work setting up the orbital factory in the ship's hold. So if you need any modifications made to your Arcus or any quartz, you can sort those out there. While you're at it, it's worth checking out the art facilities on board too. It's not much now while we're short on staff, but I'm sure any students you recruit will get creative with their space.
Might as well. Still, do you guys mind if we figure out who's going to be making up our active party when we disembark first? Why'd you all stare at me? Why? The way that all of you looked at me was terrifying. The way everyone turned is just like, huh? Actually, if we're doing that now, would you mind including me? Sure. I'd like to see the strange monster from the Highlands request myself. Absolutely, you're in the party first off. Don't mind at all. That sounds fair.
I can come with two if you need a hand. You just let me know if I'm needed, okay?
Thanks, Instructor. Now let's see. It's temporarily not possible to remove guys from the party. Alright, we get 6 slots. Obviously Elisa. I feel like I should have Instructor Sarah. And give me the boys. Okay, let's get going.
Right. Let's go!
I guess we can make this episode a little extra long. Is it now going to show us the... Yep, here we go. Act 2, The Awakening Lions. Our new base of operations. I should probably do as the instructor recommends and tour the facilities on board at least once before disembarking. There's not much, but it'd be smart to go see George in his ship's hold and pay Valimar a visit. It might be good to see Princess Elfin, too. It's doing info tab. So yeah, you only get one accessory as opposed to what I thought, which was more. While we're at it, I need to... I should have brought Fee. Recover HP and EP through attacks and slash crafts. Can I change my party already? There's a number of second-year stores trying to fight the Alliance. Suppose they're helping after first-year escape. Trying to set up Arcus relay device wherever they can. Seriously, you can find them to be a great cause. There's a chance you'll run into them in populated areas. Better looking highway. Organized party. I'm going to actually remove Sarah for now. We'll have her in the party at some point, don't get me wrong, but I kind of want to have Fee for now. Because... I'll be real, it's because I want Sepith. Listen, until I can make sure I get everybody's stuff maxed out for Sepith, I want to have Fee. Because she's using the quartz that gives Sepith. Let's make sure everybody else has got usable quartz too. I mean... you prioritize that, you prioritize speed, you prioritize magic, you prioritize magic, you prioritize magic. One of you got 2. Freeze. Yeah. There we go. Much better. Okay, sorry about that. I just want to check. Okay. Yeah, we can make this episode a little extra long. Apparently the guide says that this is where the game becomes a bit more non-linear, but I'm going to follow the guide still. Well, just so we can stay as close to making sure I can get everything, as much stuff as I want done as possible. So, we got a couple things we got to do, and if we look here, it is terrifying. Okay, first off, go to George and Valimar are on the first floor. I can't teleport on the ship. Nice. This is where the Orbital Factory is. I can see myself coming here pretty often. George said he brought the Orbital bike on board up from Ymir too. Maybe it's here? Either way, I want to thank him while I'm down here. This area of the Courageous contains an Orbital Factory. Like any other Orbital Factory, you can forge weapons and synthesize quartz. Simply speak to George and he will fulfill all requests. As this area also happens to be the most spacious part of the Courageous, it is also where Valimar and the Orbital bike will be stored. Eventually, both these can be customized as well. We can customize? Are you kidding me? That sounds beautiful. George! Hey, George. Everything doing okay out here?
Yeah, the Orbital Factory's all ready for use. So if you need any work done on your ordnance, don't hesitate to let me know.
Thanks. I'm sure we'll be taking up on that very soon. By the way, you're the one who brought the Orbital bike on board, right?
Guilty's charge. Figured it'd come in handy at some point. It was still in good condition thanks to Eustace, but I did make some few modifications to it.
Modifications? Like what?
No, I changed a few parts so it'll be better suited to riding off-road. So now you should be able to ride it on rougher terrain. Feel free to take it for a spin anytime.
We can ride whenever we want? Really?
Really? Even if it were to break down or something, it wouldn't be hard to come and collect it with the Courageous. So go ahead and have fun riding it around.
Thanks. I got a feeling it'll come in handy. And to be honest, just the thought of getting to ride it around all over the country gets me excited.
Angelica would be proud. Oh, just one thing. About that sidecar we added to it. It was roughed up pretty bad during the attack on the Academy. Sorry. I can fix it up for sure, but it's gonna cost a lot of mirror to buy all the materials. So you'll have to go without it for a while, at least until we have the funds to repair it anyway.
That's a shame.
It is, but what can you do? Oh, one other thing about the bike. What would you say to giving it a brand new paint job?
A paint job?
Yeah, I saw the special feature in an automotive magazine about painting those recently. I thought it might be kind of fun to give it a shot ourselves, you know? We got the perfect test subject. I can easily set up the station over there. Why not give it a go if you're interested?
I see. It does sound interesting. Yeah, I'll give it a shot once you're all set up. Sounds fun. You can now ride the Orbital bike. Pressing square on the highway to open the navigation screen, then pressing again, you can ride the bike wherever you are. This cannot be done from within dungeons or during specific events throughout the course of the story. Dismount with O, resume riding, press it, approach, and X. Customize. Yippee! Obtaining special items. Okay, so it's just like coloring the SSS vehicle. Gotcha. You got a new master? You do? Murakumo! Give me that. Yellow coloring, I will take that. Sidecar unit can be attached or detached in the Courageous' hold. Sure. You can also buy those from him now. Yggdrasil. Oh boy, we're getting the big move. The big courts now are available here now. Oh god. Too much to worry about when upgrading stuff now. I can't think that hard. I should sell this while I'm at it, though. Okie dokie. Next up, go talk to Valimar. Valley! You alright, buddy? I also want to see what the new paint job we got looks like. Dynamic oral bite coloring that's primarily yellow but accented with red lines. Apply in the Courageous hold. Oral bike's primarily purple, chic, standard coloring. I'll just have it as it. Well, I'm actually curious about some. We'll have the sidecar on for now. Valley! How you like your new home?
Greetings, Awakener.
Hey, Valmar. I take it your mana's recovered a little now?
Affirmative. It stands at 50% replenished. I see that a new power has awakened within you as well.
You do? I don't know if I'd call it new exactly. This power's always been with me. I just didn't understand what it was or why it was there. Thanks to everyone's help, it finally feels like it's a part of me. If that makes any sense. Still, I need to keep practicing using it. I can't have a repeat of what happened aboard the Pantagruel.
You appear to be aware of your own limitations. Much like how you learn to better synchronize with me through practice, humans must improve their specifications through similar means. You need only to work towards improvement to gain optimal proficiency for the battles to come.
Huh. Yeah, I suppose you're right. I can't help but feel that one day this power will be useful to me as an Awakener too. I won't be able to use it all the time, but I'll do what I can to get better at making use of it.
I look forward to it.
Use the craft Spirit Unification. Using this craft allows Rean to unleash the power within him and fight for several turns in that state. Activating it cures all status abnormalities and increases Rean's strength in battle significantly. I see. It raises his strength, defense, and speed by 50% and imbues him with the Unleash status. It also changes his crafts to... Why is there a craft called Awakener's Call? Guide? Game? Why was there a tutorial with the new move called Awakener's Call? That seemed foreboding as hell. Okay, thanks game for scaring. Alright, next up, go to second floor and speak to Milliam. Is that Blade? I saw that card. There's a ton of stuff on this floor. Should probably take a look around to see what's on offer. Second floor. The second floor has a wide variety of facilities, including a kitchen and an infirmary. While these facilities are currently a little, shall we say, limited, more will become available as you continue to recruit students. I like this system where we can just get more and more. This floor also contains a game room, which is just right for playing Blade 2 against your classmates. Oh god, they upgraded it. There's a shop here. Soda. I guess I'll take a couple sodas.
Oh! What about South Infirmary? All the usual essentials like medicine and bandages are here in ample supply.
That's good to know. As much as I hate to say it, we'll probably end up needing all that. After all, we're dealing with a war here. Even I'm not optimistic enough to think none of us will ever get hurt.
That's true. Hopefully we'll be able to avoid losing anyone, even ignoring the tragedy of it. A loss like that would make taking on Crow and Vita nearly impossible.
Yeah, you're right. There's another good reason to stay alive. What about you, Cat?
Oh look, it's Mr. Do-It himself. Guess you're too cool to care about the potential risk of kicking your support out of the core, huh?
Talk about holding a grudge. Hey, I'm sorry. Really, I am.
You better be. Just make sure it doesn't happen again, hear me? Sure, Emma's got most of my attention now, but when you're fighting in Valimar, I'm your support. I need to see just what you two are capable of, so don't count me out yet.
I can live with that.
Well, make sure you don't start getting ahead of yourself.
Thanks, Cat.
B! This ship's got everything we could ever want. But how's it compared to the Pantagruel?
Well, the Pantagruel's bigger and more luxurious, but the Courageous matches it step for step in terms of facilities. And it's more mobile. Got a cooler sounding name, too.
Thought so. And there's still room to add more.
Oh, that reminds me. I had a chance to sit and chat with those two Zephyr members while I was on board. They weren't exactly in the chattest of moods, of course, but it was still pretty clear that they're still thinking about you.
Well, that's nice. But you're my family now, and that's what's important. I'll find out what they're after if I have to do it myself.
You don't. We're all in this together, and we'll help you get your answers. Milliam! What are you doing?
This ship's so fancy. There's so much to see. I can't even decide where to start. I mean, I would if this thing had a chef. I was home for some tasty grub.
Well, we're flying with a skeleton crew right now. Chefs aren't exactly essential on the ship compared to, say, engineers. But that's why we need to get to work recruiting students. The more we get, the better the Courageous.
Makes sense when you put it like that. It makes me kind of jealous of the nobles, though. I bet the Pantagruel's got some real top-class chefs on board. They gave you some super fancy food when they took you on board, right? How was it?
It's not like I really enjoyed it that much, given the whole hostage thing. Although, oh, I guess it couldn't hurt to ask. Have you ever heard of something called the Black Workshop before?
Huh? Hold on, who told you about it?
I figured she might know. That Altina girl mentioned it to me. She says it's the place she belongs to. She also said they loaned her to the Alliance. Just what kind of place loans someone else a girl?
How much can I say here? Is the confidential info in their intelligence division file enough?
That sounds like stuff you shouldn't be telling me, but sure.
Well, we don't know where it is or anything, but it's a really unique arm shop. They make weapons to order, but one thing they have in common is that they're all super powerful and super hard to use. You know, for terrorists, high-level Jaegers, customers like that. The huge rifle Crow used to shoot Gramps was probably made there too.
Really? You think? Yeah.
Well, it's designed to hit a target over 3,000 yards away with pinpoint accuracy. That's pretty nuts. Claire's that the same one he used when he faked his own death back at the mine too. But if they did make it, I wonder if that means they're allied with the Alliance.
That's a lot to take in. Why would a girl like Altina be affiliated with a place like that? And there's that Cleom Solaris of hers that's basically her personal Argetlum. Are you also part of the Black Workshop? Wait a sec. Does the Black Workshop make the combat shells or something? What about Argetlum for that matter?
Ding ding ding. Fancy soup is of them through the intelligence division from what I hear. But about a year ago, I guess all contact with them just stopped. Lecter was trying to find out where the actual workshop was for a while, but he didn't have any luck.
Is that so?
Still, I bet we're gonna run into that girl and her Sammy sooner or later. I'm getting kind of rival vibe from her, you know? Me and Lammy gotta keep up our training so we can beat him. We're gonna do 1,000 arm swings a day and 1,000,000 push-ups, and we're gonna be so buff you won't even know it hit you.
Just be sure to use those arm swings on the deck and away from people so you don't hit anyone. Now that I know more about that workshop, though, it's more mysterious than ever. We might need to add them to our foes to watch out for list right under Ouroboros. All the ship's operating manuals are in here, and shockingly, are relatively easy to understand. In fact, the biggest hurdle of reading them is extricating all the other books that have been jammed in here. I think we can blame that on Prince Oliver. He doesn't really strike me as particularly organized. Given the state of the game room across the hallway, I'm sure that's sugarcoating it. Maybe that's for the best. I was pretty nervous when I heard we'd be looking after a military ship. But after seeing the state the prince left it in, the pressure's off. Yeah, maybe this is all deliberate. Like he's sending us a message saying that it's okay to relax and unwind sometimes. We obviously need to take our work seriously, but if he doesn't see any harm in taking a break, then neither do I. You always need a break. You can't work at 100% in power if you don't have breaks every now and then. Unused. Where's the blade room? It says I can play blade. Oh god. Feels like ages since the last time I had a chance to play blade. Oh wait, didn't I end up with some cards when I was on the Pantagruel? I did? When did I get these? You know, there's a scrap of paper stuck between two of the cards. Huh? What's this? Welcome to the new and improved version of Blade, creatively titled Blade 2. It's basically the same thing, but with a few more cards to make it more strategic. Give it a shot, I think you'll like it. Just don't let it distract you too much from becoming a better night pilot, okay? Bro. Jesus Christ, man. You could have just asked us to play a game with you when we were on the Pantagruel. Did you... When did you get this info in my pocket? You could have just given it to me when we're sitting together. I guess it's much more a crow method approach. Oh well. Still, I like the sound of more strategic. Maybe I should try inviting someone down for a game sometime. I have to get all the practice in that I can if I ever want to beat Crow anyway. Ugh. Characters even deepen your bond with that. As they have a star next to the name, you can only deepen them with 5 at a time. All stars will be removed after a major story development, allowing you to bond with another 5. Makes sense. And it says it doesn't matter whether you win or lose. So you know what that means. Elisa, get over here.
Started.
And just please end this fight fast.
Go on, draw after you then.
I don't care. We'll also do it with Gaius, considering he's in the party. We'll do it with everyone that's in the party right now. No. Thank you. Thank you. Eustace, you're up.
We have to.
I refuse to
Draw
play
a
more of
card.
this
I'll be
freaking
going
game.
first.
What does this do?
Now you've done it.
What did I do? I don't know. This is mine now.
We have the same score. My victory was a...
Thank you, Eustace. Machias, you're
Not gonna
next.
hold back. Well then, all right. I'm going blast.
What's that do?
We're even. All right. Boom. We're even. You're up first.
Machias, don't do this to me. Okay, thank you. Don't make me play more. Let me leave Blade. And, of course, Fee.
Let the battle begin. We draw here, right? You're first, I guess. Guess we'd better draw again. Guess we'd better draw. You're first, I guess. Looks like I win.
Perish. I got napping to do. Thanks, Fee. Good to see you got your priorities straight. It's just unfortunate that straight for you means backwards. Anyways, next up, let's go to the... Sorry, 3rd floor, shops and deck. Hey, Elisa and Elliot. Access to front and rear decks from this floor, and it's where all the shops are. Probably see this playlist a lot. Containing a variety of facilities you can make use of, including shops, room you can use to take a nap. Only one shop available for now, but by recruiting Thor students, you can raise that number to 4. The nap room allows you to restore HP and EP for free.
Ellie and I have been talking about what we should do now that we have the ship. Making sure everyone from Thor's is alive and well should definitely be one of our top priorities, if you ask me. I think it'd be helpful to have the entire lacrosse club on board, but the art students probably wouldn't hurt.
The more the better in my book. We'll need as many able bodies as possible when it's time to take back Thor's. So, let's get everyone we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elliot, doing some violin maintenance, I see.
Yeah, probably seems kind of strange, huh? I would have thought so too, but Prince Oliver changed my mind with a few choice words of encouragement. He said, war or no war, the power of music never weakens. If the path of a musician is truly what you aspire to, then even the way you fight should reflect that and be your own.
That makes a lot of sense coming from Prince Oliver, too. He plays the lute, doesn't he?
That's right. He's performed all over the country and even outside of it. I'm not exactly sure what he means about finding my own way to fight, but I'm gonna try and figure that out. Maybe if I keep on fighting while staying true to myself, the answer will come to me. I sure hope it does.
Yeah. Let's go check out the shop right now. Hello, sir. Better gear. Oh, dear. Okay, for now, we should just upgrade the gear of the party members that we're using. So, you... You... and you. And then I need better armor. This is a lot better armor, my goodness. Same goes for the boots. Get a couple more battle scopes. We can sell a bunch of this stuff, I imagine. There we go. Alright, that's good. Can't do anything in the other areas yet. Nothing out here. Door's locked. Door's locked. Nothing in here. This is a restroom. Gaius! Bird! Whoa, is that the hawk that saved us back in Nor? Oh yeah! We never got explanation for that!
Good eye. His name's Theo, and he's a friend of mine. He flew all the way here just to spend some time with us. I don't speak hawk, but I guess he's saying that he's happy we're all back together again.
You think so? Thanks, Theo.
My people revere hawks as sacred birds, so I think his being here is a sign that the ship has the wind's blessing. The skies may be vast, but with the winds looking after us, we should be able to fly with them with ease.
And I'm even happier to have Zeo here. Bird. Bird. Alright, seems like we're good here. Next up, go to the conference and training. Sora has a conference room in the Royal Room. The latter is exclusively for Prince Alphen, obviously, but I bet we'll be using the former quite a lot. Contains a number of useful facilities, including a conference room and various training rooms. It also contains a Royal Room, which, as the name suggests, was designed for members of the Imperial family on board. Right now, that's Princess Alphen. Here are 3 training facilities built to train your close combat, ranged combat, and arts capabilities, respectively. They can't be used immediately, but you will be able to use them once you've recruited stables capable of running them. Can we, like, level up in them? Can we, like, get experience? It's kind of interesting. Use this! I take it my brother had already left the Pantagruel by the time we arrived. To be perfectly honest, I breathed a sigh of relief when he didn't come out to meet us. After all, now I can see the gap between the two of us more starkly than ever. We wouldn't have stood a chance as we were. Useless? I've never seemed completely drained of his confidence. Having the ship in our possession is like having a sword dangled over our heads. The day will come when we have to face him. We are nothing to him now, but if we use the time we have wisely, perhaps that won't be the case next time. We can beat him. Don't lose hope. There's Alphen. Nope. Laura!
I certainly didn't expect the ship to be equipped with training facilities. I've been told that we're welcome to them should the Urge strike us. However, the door is to remain closed when not in use. I can't imagine being given a more perfect set of wings. It's going to be difficult to repay Father and Prince Oliver for such an incredible gift.
That's true, but we know where to start. There's a lot we can do to better people's lives now that we can take to the air.
Indeed. Between our swords and our ship, I'm certain we can make a difference. And together, we shall do so.
Alright, let's go talk to Princess Alphen then. Alphen!
Hello, Ring.
Hello, Your Highness. What's the document you got there?
Oh, just a little formality I need to get through before we really get started. It's to show that control of the ship has been temporarily passed from our family to you, and that you've been given the legitimate right to use it as you see fit.
Oh, right. Well, if you need my help to cross any T's or dot any I's, let me know. You've been gracious enough to join us on the ship, so the least I could do is help out with whatever you need.
Oh, don't worry. Half of being a member of the Imperial family is paperwork anyway. I can handle it on my own. Besides, you've all helped me more than enough already. Come to think of it, I never did thank you for saving me from the Panther Girl, did I? Probably, I mean. Thank you very much, Reen. I truly never expected that you would be my knight in shining armor.
That's not something I need to be thanked for. Back in Ymir, I swore that I would rescue both you and Elise from the Alliance. I've completed half that task, and now I've got to finish the job.
Then let me help you with rescuing her. I'll be keeping a close eye on all of you while all the while to see if you're really Order of the Phoenix Wings metal material.
What's this now?
It's a very exclusive honor that my family only awards every few years to people who really deserve it. There are 3 medals in all: charity, love, and strength, awarded to people who exemplify said virtues. It just so happens that as a ship of the Imperial family, we have some of those medals on here, so I have to give them.
That's remarkably convenient.
So if you demonstrate your worthiness for any of those medals, I'd like to give them to you. Though in your case, I'm sure it's more of a matter of when than if.
I don't know if I'd say that. Still, I can't hurt to try and live up to those lofty expectations. Medals or no medals, the most important thing to me right now is rescuing Elise. And helping you reunite with your family too.
Of course.
The Order of the Phoenix Wings in the Royal Room's bookshelf. You can now quick travel, thank goodness. Medal of Charity, an award granted only to those who have independently and voluntarily strived to better the lives of others across the land. Award granted only to those who have demonstrated love for their fellow human beings, showing and earning the trust and understanding of many people. An award granted only to those who have performed great acts of strength, defeating powerful foes to protect this nation and its people. Apparently, these are all accessories that you can get. Apparently, the Medal of Charity is obtained by completing over 20 quests. The Medal of Love is given by filling in a total of 90 notes in the Friends Notes, and the Medal of Strength is obtained by defeating 5 cryptids. So, can I have any of them now? No. Sorry, I'm looking at something. Sorry. We're gonna start by going back to the Orbital Factory hold. I want to talk back to George. Can I customize weapons, please? Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Now we can go back to the bridge. I think I see all the key onboard facilities now. All that's left is to tell Toa where we're going next. Talking to Toa in the captain's chair will allow you to both select a destination and organize the party. Regardless of who is selected as Reen's support in battle, Reen will tour the Courageous alone. How to board. After landing, you can board the Courageous again by pressing the square button to access the navigation menu, followed by pressing the start button. Note that this feature is not available in dungeons or select portions of the story. So I can just teleport whenever I want back to the Courageous. Most of the time. That's cool. You can confirm and report quests by inspecting the orbital computer on the bridge. Reporting quests in its AP, which will, in turn will periodically raise your student rank and earn new medals. Rewards, making it wise to check in frequently. Inspecting the computer also gives you access to the latest information available regarding students scattered all across Erebonia. Once the information has been read, it will automatically be recorded to your notebook. I guess we should go check that out. Dress up. Change Toa's accessories. Wait. Why can I do this to you? That's funny though. Light animation. Sure, for now we can just keep it. Monica being looked after by Imperial Army. Imperial Army. Legram. Ancient Quarry, for some reason. Resistance group with other second years. Nothing report. Okie dokie. Sorry, I'm looking at some. Alright, let's make sure we save the game first. Let's choose a destination. These are the only places we can land. The places of choice, you can now travel to Ymir, Nord, Guerrilla Proving Ground, and the remains of Guerrilla Fortress. And the Gram. Alright.
Where do you want to go?
So, with all these choices, we're going to still follow the guide, and the first place that the guide recommends to go, which I also agree with, is probably the simplest one. The one we were at probably the soonest, which was the Guerrilla Camp. This is the Guerrilla Camp, right? I would assume so.
Full speed ahead!
Whee! So yeah, we can just go out and about, I guess, now. I might try and farm and stuff and explore for experience, but I won't do any story progress because we're going to go ahead and end it here for today. So thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you all later. Peace.